Hello there. On this fine May the 4th be with you. Welcome everybody back to another stream here from the SK Basement. I'm your host, AJ Starkiller. Happy Star Wars Day, everybody. Ultimate Crafting Way. You're right. If anybody in the Jedi Order has death sticks, Quinlan Voss is at the top of the list to have them on him at all times. So, my Star Wars day has been incredibly busy, and I feel like I haven't gotten to do anything really Star Wars related other than a stream on TikTok that was hilarious because we got trolled by a religious nut for a while, and that was amazing. So I want to live vicariously through everyone else. Oh, welcome Crit Success Nerd for the follow. Welcome to the channel, first time in the chat. Big shout out, Crit Success Nerd. I don't know if you stream. Let us know if you do and what you do. But either way, want to go ahead and give a shout out in the chat here real quick so that everybody can go give Crit Success Nerd a follow as well. Because even if you don't stream, we're going to make you stream. One day you're going to be like, you know what? I want to hang out with these people on my own time. So we'll get you around there even if you don't. And add. Oh, I'm sorry. Someone needs to toss us up that way so we don't have to worry about those because those are always obnoxious. But I love you guys and I'm sorry that they have to happen. But anyway, back to, has anybody had any cool May the 4th shenanigans that they've been into today? I haven't gotten to watch Star Wars Visions Season 2 yet. Can anybody tell me maybe they watched Star Wars Visions? If anybody watched any movies today? I don't know what anybody's been up to. And also, it is Throwback Tongs Days, so normally it would be The Legend of Dragoon. But I was playing a whole mess of Force Unleashed on Twitch or on TikTok earlier, and so I was thinking we could just continue playing some old school Force Unleashed for Throwback Tongs Days today if we so choose, but I figured I'd kind of leave it up to anybody else who was here if they wanted to say that. New raid dropped in Galaxy of Heroes. Been testing different team comps and theory crafting with your guild. Dude, I need to join an actual, like, good guild in that game. Because I don't have a guild where we actually do anything. I've never chatted with anybody in Galaxy of Heroes. It's really just something that takes me 20 minutes to just accomplish my daily goals and then I go on about my day. It's really all I do in that game. Like, what keeps me going is the dopamine rush of just going in and accomplishing all my daily goals. It's something about that gives me a nice little dopamine rush before I go to bed. And then I can go to bed feeling like I accomplished something throughout the day. But yeah, I have a random guild that doesn't really do much of anything. It looks like so far it's just the three of us. I feel like everybody else is having a good Star Wars day. I know Queenie was watching Empire Strikes Back during the TikTok stream. Darth Xerxes was writing, and then I don't know where they went, or he went. Yeah, everybody abandoned us today. It looks like it's going to be a quiet Throwback Tongs Days. You'll watch Visions with the better half in a bit. Sounds like fun. Yeah, I think maybe we'll just... Let's see here. I think for at least now, I'm going to go ahead and add this. Most you've done for your 4th was watch your stream. Your day has been at work and then playing a DBZ game. Nice. Which DBZ game have you been playing? This is going to judge where the friendship goes from here, where the virtual friendship goes. You know, are you a fighter person? Are you a Tenkaichi person? Kakarot. Top tier. I was replaying Kakarot a while back, and I was worried that it was going to be too much just playing through a series I've already watched multiple times, but surprisingly more fun than I gave it credit for. So I can't complain about Kakarot. I had a lot of fun playing through that, and I still haven't beaten the whole thing. Like I'm still pretty early on in the game, but it's a good time. I like Kakarot. All right, well, for the time being, let's see if I can do this, if I can remember this. Let's see if that goes through or not. I don't think it did. I might have to, I'll adjust it this way. You were playing Kakarot, took a break for DLC for a game you were excited for. What other game were you playing? If I may. No judgment here. We don't judge anyone for anything they do. Okay, what is it actually called in this system? Oh, it's Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. I forgot the colon. Which honestly sounds kind of gross when you say it that way. I forgot the colon. But yeah, seems like everybody's kind of busy and stuff today anyway, so we're going to go ahead and just pop back over here, keep playing The Force Unleashed, keep hanging out, and just do that. And if we get other people who pop in and we want to play, like, oh, hey, Darzerxy, speaking of, if we want to go back to Dragoon, we absolutely can. But this is what I was playing on TikTok earlier. What the hell is going on with the saber? I don't feel like that was happening earlier. Maybe it was and I just didn't know. Okay, there we go. That was a weird glitch. It looked super cool, but it was weird. Oh, there's no sound. Thank you. I've been messing that up lately, not turning the sound on. I don't know why. But yeah, I figure it's Throwback Tongs Day. It's Star Wars Day. We might as well kill Shaak Ti. I believe I should just go through here. I saw that you posted your short story. I went from streaming on Twitch to streaming on TikTok to streaming on Twitch. So I obviously haven't had a chance to check it out or anything, but I'm glad you posted it in there. It's always good. Kill Shaak Ti for, let's see, so Shaak Ti has this death, and then also the deleted scene death where she gets stabbed, I think. I don't remember. There's the deleted scene death, then there's the Jedi Temple death, which is like the canonical one. Then wasn't there another, like, there's another flashback death or something. So many. I think it's 4. I think it's 4, including her canonical death. It's so silly.
She is close.
Random loading screen again. These random loading screens kill me now. Because now we play through, like, you know, like Survivor, where you're like, unless you get, like, nitpicky, there are no loading screens, really. Unless you're fast traveling. That's pretty much it. Alright, Shaak Ti, how's it going? 4, according to Screen Rant. Okay. Sounds right.
Assassin. Welcome to the ancient abyss.
Why did Shaak Ti trade her full, like, robes and regalia, her giant outfit that she had, for a loincloth? Like, I understand Felucia is hot, but, like, what the hell? Don't come in here with your actual logic. The reason is titties. Like, what the hell was that? He just swung her around by her lightsaber. This game's ridiculous and I love it. She was hoping her ass would be a distraction. Ha! Joke's on you. Starkiller only has time for murder, not titties. The light side is distracted by titties. Look at Anakin. Starkiller has no need for such things. because his brain can only process murder. Don't tell Juno.
Why do you come here, Sith?
I come here to kill you. I thought that was pretty clear. Why do you even ask? A Star Killer. Or at the very least, Demi Star Killer. Holy fuck, she just fell in the pit. Oh, but she jumps back. That's bullshit. That would have been hilarious if that would have just like auto-ended her. Okay, you move. I apologize for moving the mic. Ooh, tentacle monster. You're engaged in a force lock. How have I never seen this mechanic before? What? All the times I've played this game, I don't think I've ever been engaged in a force lock. "20 years later, whatever, like 15 years later, still discovering new things about this game. Stop hitting me with your big tentacle monster, Shakti. It's not cool, yo. It's in Attack of the Clones, Felucia. It's the, I mean, just in a quick scene, but it's the planet where Ayla Secura died. I think it's popular because jungle planet, tentacles, mushrooms. It's a very pretty, vibrant planet. Oh, in Revenge of the Sith, I said Attack of the Clones. My bad. But you knew what I meant, though. Thank you. But it's a very vibrant planet, and it's something unlike Tatooine, which is all we seem to get. Is fucking desert planets. And so it's nice to get something that's... Oh shit, wrong one.
Find addition to my selection.
Follower Goldmet, welcome to the party, Jessica Scott. How's it going? Welcome, congratulations on being the buck 50th. Big shout outs to Jessica. Darth Xerxes, will you do me a favor and just drop a shout out for Jessica Scott there in the chat? Thank you for the congrats there. Drop the shout out. I always tell people, I don't know if you stream, but if you do, everybody go give them a follow. And even if they don't, give them a follow anyway. We'll get them to stream one day. And if not, it still feels good to have people following you. My day is going well. May the 4th be with you. It's Star Wars Day. You can't have a bad day on Star Wars Day.
But I'm sure you'll learn that soon enough.
And R.I.P. Shakti for the bajillionth time. Thank you. I'd have been feeling very, like, left out if no one had said, and also with you. I do. You can see there should be a stream schedule underneath on the page if you're on desktop, but I stream Mondays through Thursdays 9:30 to whenever, and then on Sunday afternoons and pretty much any other time I can or feel like it. I also stream to TikTok sometimes too, although much less consistently over there.
We will at last control the galaxy.
I like how he collapses every time he's not Vader anymore. He's like, oh.
Yes. Finally.
That's awesome. Well, we're happy to have you here and part of the crew. We always enjoy having more people here. Starkiller just is Sam Witwer, because he was the voice and the facial model for this game.
Fleet has arrived.
You have lured the Emperor to us. When do we strike?
I did not summon him.
I remember being blown... Oh! Shit.
Spies followed you here.
Oh, damn. I like how the Emperor
What is
walks
thy
with a
bidding, my
hunch.
You have forgotten your place, Lord Vader. By taking this boy as your apprentice, you have betrayed me.
What's another thing this game has? Oh, you mean the main character being just the actor?
Defeat him together. Do it now, Lord Vader. Strike him down and prove your loyalty to me.
I don't remember. I don't think Sam Witwer is the voice of Palpatine in this game. I know he goes on to voice Palpatine for a while in the Clone Wars and also in the sequel, but I think they already had an actor for Palpatine in this one, and then they found out he does an awesome Palpatine, and so they have him do it as well. I don't remember if he is in this one or not. Why does the Emperor walk like that? Yep, sequel Star Killer has double sabers, and so does Cal. Good catch. Why is that, like, right on his crotch? Like, why is that droid lighting up his dick? Like, what? He fights Maul, just him talking to himself. Okay, so I don't remember exactly how it goes. Because I know there was one voice actor whose name escapes me, who was Palpatine. Then Tim Curry was Palpatine for a short while. And then Sam Witwer was Palpatine somewhere in there as well.
You killed me!
No.
I don't think he was Palpatine at that point, but I don't remember.
Brought you here to be rebuilt.
Why?
The Emperor needed to believe you were dead. Now you can have your revenge and fulfill your destiny.
Yeah, Tim Curry is legendary. Tim Curry is Palpatine in season 5? Season 6? I don't remember which. It's either season 5 or 6.
My master.
Where Tim Curry is
Emperor's
Palpatine.
Spies watch my every move. We must provide them with a distraction.
And once you know that, go back and watch the Clone Wars, and you will immediately know that that's Tim Curry. Like, it just sounds like Tim Curry, but he's still wonderfully evil.
An army.
I'm just a Sith transvestite from transsexual Sithylvania.
Start.
Now I'm just imagining that the entire time. Just, how do you do? I see you've met my faithful handyman. And it's Vader walking over. I need like Wimpy BJ and some other cosplayers on TikTok to just do a version of Sweet Transvestite with Palpatine and everyone else.
I'm sure you get the chance once we get out of here.
Yes, but before I kill you, I am to do everything I can to help you vanish. Should I ready the Rogue Shadow for launch?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll meet you there.
That's a sick stab across the arm.
Master, I've accessed the ship's main computer.
I don't like men to be too big.
Yes,
Well, I didn't make him for
She's
you.
still aboard, I believe, in a holding cell. Captain Eclipse has been accused of treason, and Lord Vader gave explicit orders to sever all ties to your past. You aren't planning to rescue her, are you?
I don't know yet, Proxy. Just get the ship ready to launch.
As you wish, Master.
Cause he would do anything for love, including piss off Vader.
Sector 10 has malfunctioned. Nearby squads are ordered to investigate.
Oh, that gas can actually kind of hurt, can't it? Ow! Dick. There we go. But yeah, that droid did a cock check. Nice cock! Whee! And this version is Rocky Snoke. Yes. That's that's amazing. Now we're just gonna have to cast the entire Rocky Horror Picture Show with Star Wars characters.
Has escaped. Send blasters to kill. Forget the specimens. We've got to get out of here.
Forget the specimens. We've got to get out of here. Proceeds to not get out of here. Incorrect. You're dead, sir. What? These guys can... Not cool, yo. I don't remember stormtroopers being able to do that. Wow, that guy took a hell of a beating. Look at you. This appeals to the very specific niche of Star Wars theater and gay. Okay, can you jump up? Nope. No, apparently you cannot. Come on. There you go. Good Star Killer. I'm here. Anakin is Hamilton, Aaron Burr is Obi-Wan. I mean, it kind of works. If you say, can I help you with some stuff? Oh yeah, no, I don't mind. I'm literally just goofing off playing this because it's been, like, so long and I have all the mods on and stuff. But yeah, shout out shit, I don't mind. Like, I'm just legitimately just having a good time today because it's Star Wars Day.
I've set the Empirical on a collision with a nearby star.
Give me just 1 second, y'all. Hang on here. I gotta take a quick break. I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave you with a highlight reel real quick. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'll leave you with a highlight reel real quick. I will be right back in just a couple minutes, okay? 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm counting too slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah! That was the perfect fucking timing. This is a place for wholesome, family-friendly content.
Just die already, you son of a bitch! Monkey tits! Suck it, you fucking fuckface! Yeah, I just killed a kid, but like, he was rude. He was shoving me. He deserved it. You would have done the same.
But above all, remember, this channel is rated E for everyone.
This stream not rated E for everyone. But it is rated M for your mom. Except for you, Todd, I apologize. I'm sorry about that. And Vince, your mom scares me. And you know what? Maybe not anybody's mom. Maybe they shouldn't be here either.
See in our little enclave of sin and debauchery. Bet it was an eye-opening experience.
Surprise! It's the glory hole! That guy just shouted, "You think you're too good for my buns?" Like the founding fathers intended. I have ideals and a gun. Oh yeah, burning thighs. Here you go. Just grab it and whip it out and then you'll be able to see everything.
Something only real men can deliver.
What did he say? I don't need to whip it out. I've done this before.
Oh, look at you, bro.
This has somehow become the gayest thing we've ever experienced together.
Don't worry. There's still time for you to learn and grow as men. Time to polish the old orbs. Give them a spit shine so they positively sparkle.
We've downloaded the wrong Final Fantasy. I fucking love that I came back right in time to hear time to polish the old orbs. Give him a spit shine. What up, Queenie? What up, Crafting Way? Welcome, guys. How's it going tonight? Jessica, you can absolutely hit me up. I will do my best to check everything. You can send me a Twitter DM. You can also join the Discord, post there if you want to post there. You might also find maybe some other people who might be interested in your help as well. But yeah, you know, go ahead and feel free to do that if you want to drop that stuff as well there. By the way, everybody who's just getting here, we're just kind of goofing off right now, playing Force Unleashed with like all the god mods, so I'm just like fucking around in general. And if we want, we can switch back over to traditional Dragoon Thursdays, you know, throwback Tongs days. But nobody was here for a while. It's Star Wars Day. I've been playing this since TikTok earlier, so I was like, yeah, fuck it, we'll keep playing. There they are.
Did you enter the code correctly? Try it again. I've tried twice. It's not working. Try it again.
The ragdoll, like, basketball physics of these guys is one of my favorite things still. Ba-doing. That's the death part right there. That's them voiding their bowels as they bounce. You got Return of the Jedi playing on another tab. Oh, that's fine. You have to pay attention to Return of the Jedi. Listen, I always have fun, like, just dicking around playing this game. I can't not enjoy saying, like, hi, Steve. Hey, do you wanna go with me on this mission? As long as you promise not to shoot me, you can. Oh shit! Oh, I'm sorry. Don't shoot me because you might die. But if you promise not to shoot me, you can come with me. Okay? Come on. You gotta go through those doors, though. Oh no! I didn't mean to kill you. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to drop him. You know, I've been rethinking my, like, tier list of Star Wars movies by what movies I enjoy the most. Like, because for the longest time I've always been an Empire, The Last Jedi kind of person. But if I'm really thinking about it, if I'm going with the ones that I rewatch the most and the ones that I enjoy just like watching on repeat, I think at least the top 3 are Solo, not in any given order, are like Solo, The Phantom Menace, and Rogue One. Like, those 3 movies are just comfort movies for me more than anything. Now, I love The Last Jedi. I think I'd probably put The Last Jedi at 3 and maybe put like Solo at 4 or something, but I love Solo. I've rewatched Solo more than I've watched virtually any other movie. But the key is they're all 10 out of 10s. Yeah, Jessica, I said you can send me a DM on Twitter and all that stuff. That's why I put the socials and stuff in the chat. Whee! Get ready for this hot take, Empire. You know, oh shit. Oh no. Oh, okay, good. It wasn't fall damage. I thought I was about to just fall. Oh, I guess you did say just Skywalker Saga, didn't you? I went with all of them. And that's why we're happy that you're here, Crit Success, because you understand the golden rule, which is just let people enjoy the shit they like. I mean, the golden rule is, you know, treat others as you would like to be treated, but the other golden rule of Star Wars... Fuck these guys in particular. I'm just trying to talk to chat, and you guys are actually doing legitimate damage to me. I don't appreciate that. You're like the first people to do... How dare you make me bleed my own blood? The golden Star Wars tenant. I guess if we're going just the Skywalker saga movies, it's between The Last Jedi and The Phantom Menace, which you could not get any more, like, silly. I love Empire. I just think all Star Wars is 10 out of 10. Just, the solution is more Star Wars. That's the answer. All of them. Whichever one is on. That's my favorite. Whichever one is in front of me at the moment. Except for maybe Attack of the Clones. That's not my favorite. And neither is Rise of Skywalker. Those two get the "you're not my favorite" moment. Oh hey, let's just kill people behind this screen. You, come here. Oh no, how will I ever get in there to save her? Doesn't matter if everybody's dead. Favorite Star Wars movie is Lego Star Wars, all cutscenes. Yes! Oh my god, this is so... The stream quality for these streaming games can get fucking bonkers. Hang on here. Hang on here. Yeah, it is hardcore not liking me right now. I wonder if other people are on here playing a bunch of like Force Unleashed and shit since it's Star Wars Day. I need to find my physical discs of these. I think I have my physical disc of the second one. Just because the first one you saw in theaters. Lately it's been The Last Jedi. That's where I feel like that's where I stand crafting way, is that like Phantom Menace just holds a special place in my heart. And I love Qui-Gon Jinn. I love seeing the Gungan City. God damn, this stream, like, it was not this bad earlier.
You came back.
But it was great. And as much as I will dog on the Phantom Menace for being a poorly written story, it still means a lot to me. And I love it. And then, what was the other one? God damn, what the hell is happening right now? Fuck. I think we are going to end up playing Dragoon or something, because the stream is just dying. It's because I'm cloud streaming, though, and that's why. But anyway, yeah, and then The Last Jedi is just a beautiful movie, and I listened to Sam Witwer. I don't know if anybody saw it, but Sam Witwer, a clip recently went viral again of Sam Witwer talking about The Last Jedi. And he was talking about it and saying that he doesn't like it, that hashtag not my Luke kind of thing. But one of the things he said was, he was like, I've talked to a lot of people who love that version of The Last Jedi, and he's like, and that's super valid, they like that version of Luke, and that's the version they needed. And I'm one of those people. Luke's journey in The Last Jedi is my favorite journey in all of Star Wars, I think. Like, I love what he goes through in that movie, and it means so much to me. But seeing Sam Witwer be able to say, I don't like it, I don't agree that that's what Luke would have done, that's not how I would have envisioned Luke being, but I don't fault anyone who loves it.
Princess Leia.
It was nice.
It's an honor.
Leia!
You can drop the
Showed
shade,
my friend
Captain Stern.
Star
We
Wars,
both
and
know
after
I
all of
sent
them,
you
Attack of the
as a
Clones is his
hostage
favorite.
to keep my father from speaking out against the Empire.
That's really cool. I'm glad that they like Attack of the Clones. Here's the thing, even when I put it at the bottom of my list, I still love Attack of the Clones. I think my problem with Attack of the Clones is just that I find the first half of the movie to be boring, and I don't like the Anakin Padme love story. I know that feels really bad. I love their story as it's been expanded, but the clunky dialogue in that movie and stuff just makes it really tough for me to enjoy the way I wish I could. But that's awesome that they love it. See, that's what he loved. My problem is like the it's all the like Palpatine hired or told Count Dooku to hire someone to kill Padme, so he hired Jango Fett to hire it just upon rewatches that stuff, the romance just doesn't quite work for me. But there are still a great many things that I like about Attack of the Clones. Like hell, just the Battle of Geonosis alone, we still haven't ever seen that many Jedi on screen before or after. And so I still think that's really dope too. Oh my god, it's an Ugnaught and I can pick it up. I'm sorry, Ugnaught. Yo, Digital Wizard, how's it going? The romance is the big hindrance. It's so stilted and clunky. Like, and McClunky, if you will. Like, it's very hard for me to buy into that romance. Poor guy, Starkiller just coming through, just chucking Ugnaughts into the wind for no reason. He's got that Legends Mandalorian armor. Don't look at me, it makes me... Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing that doesn't sit right, is like, you know, especially with a modern lens, you're like, the second she said, don't look at me like that, it makes me uncomfortable, things should have been over. Anakin, here's a list of all the red flags with me killing women and kids. Padme, still smash. Even, like, it's just the little things that he wrote. Like, I was even saying, the sand speech, literally, all he has to say is hate. All he has to say is, I hate sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. And it feels less clunky than I don't like. And also, if you go with hate, a Jedi's not supposed to hate. Like, it's foreshadowing about his future at the same time. Like, it's the tiniest little changes that could have improved that movie. But no. Yeah, the novel does a much better job. And also do the Star Wars novels. I recommend the Queen's Trilogy, specifically if you're interested in Padme and Anakin Queen's Hope, the third of the trilogy, and Brotherhood do great jobs of establishing their relationship in canon. Why is it keeps like slowing down? This is the weirdest sequence of like things I've seen. The Queen Trilogy was so much better than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, sorry, Rom. Didn't mean to knock you out like that. I have them behind me, obviously. The base movie is a little silly. It's just George going, I have to, like, the big problem with the prequels in general is just they're written as in these things need to happen, and so whether or not it makes sense for them to happen is unimportant. It just has to happen. Like, Padme has to be into Anakin, and she has to have his babies. So whether the way he wrote it makes sense or not doesn't matter, because the only thing that matters is that Padme falls in love with Anakin no matter what. There's no, like, reality to the romance or anything. I just picked up that dude's dead body and chucked him off into space. Yes, Darth Xerxes. I have seen that audio on TikTok with Anakin quite a few times. His hands bear the blood of thousands of children. Slay. I think the prequels, the potential for the prequels is so much better than what they actually are. And I say this as someone who loves the prequels. You know, I grew up with the prequels. The story of the prequels is really cool. The actual movies themselves don't play that story out as well as we retell it in our minds, if that makes sense. It's kind of like how I jokingly tell people with Legends that you should just read Wikipedia because it gives you all the cool parts without any of the clunky stuff. It's the same way with the prequels. It's like, just eh. I love that it sounds like I'm shitting on the prequels, and I'm like, I promise you I'm not. Alright, you dickhead. Come here. There we go. Oh, sorry, Rom. My bad. Didn't mean to do that. Hope you're okay, buddy. General Coda has been killed.
Shit, better be around here.
Okay, so he said ship better be around here, but it said General Coda has been killed, and then I heard shit from General Coda.
Do you know we're gonna need to pick up outside the vapor room right now?
That was funny. Honestly, it's only my personal headcanon, but I always interpret Anakin's arc, him becoming possessive rather than him. No, it's not your headcanon. That's exactly the truth. Like, you're spot on. That's the story. Anakin does not love Padme. He loves Padme, not nearly as much as he loves power. And he is incredibly possessive. He, you know, like the way he says, I can't lose her. I need her. Like, it is a possessive love. And that's kind of the point. Like, if he really loved her, he would have been able to let her go, but he couldn't do that. And that's why he falls to the dark side. Like, you're spot on. When I said that the other day... Yeah, well, and like when she says, you're breaking my heart, Anakin, you're breaking my heart, it's because of that. It's because he literally went from, I can say, only my new power can save you, to, I can destroy the Emperor. I'm more powerful than him. Like, you know, it was never really about her. It was about him. It's the same with, in the Clone Wars, when Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order, he says to her, how could you do this to me? Disregarding, doesn't ask her how she's feeling, doesn't consider how she's feeling through the accusations and everything else. Only the question is, how could you do this to me? You know, it's one of Anakin's big problems and why he was considered too old. He was just too possessive in general. Those are all Ugnaughts. Fucking... I was right to kill the Ugnaughts earlier, because they're the ones in those fucking walkers there. Shadow Walker lives! Hello there. General Kenobi! Okay, fuck you! I don't want to recognize the flaws. Oh no! Again, I love the prequels. And you don't have to recognize flaws. You don't even have to admit that there are flaws. Like, they can be perfect just the way they are to you. And in a way, they are perfect just the way they are. But I would argue that our imperfections make us perfect. Exactly. He cares about people insofar as how much they relate to him. It's all through Anakin's own lens. If George just hadn't written her as being like, dude, I'm totally not into you, and then changed and been like, just kidding, I've always loved you. It was too fast. What we needed was, we really just needed episode 2. Like, it should have gone Attack of the Clones, The Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith. And then flashbacks to the important stuff from The Phantom Menace, which is like 2 things. Then we would have had a Hayden Christensen or whoever played Anakin for all 3 movies. We wouldn't have had the time jump of 10 years between the first 2, 3 years between the second 2. So we would have been able to like grow with the characters instead of all of their development happening off screen. And we would have been able to actually see a romance develop without having to force it into an hour, you know, or however long they had to actually do the romance subplot. But that's just my 2 cents. Yeah, one of my favorite moments with Kanan is and always will be the episode before Jedi Knight, but the mission to save Hera, when he tells Ezra, you have to plan this mission, I'm too attached. Like, just the self-awareness to recognize that is what makes him different. Like, the ability to accept his failings. Fuck you. I really don't like you, sir. Why are you making my life so difficult? Why is this Shadow Guard harder than anybody else I've fought so far? Yeah, exactly. It seems like it was supposed to be that, like, she did want him, but she didn't want to admit it, but it just came across really weird. And like I said, my biggest problem with, like, the prequels in general is that all of the character development happens off screen. Like, every time we meet them, they're entirely different people. And, like, that doesn't help me get invested in the story of those characters. That Anakin literally changes actors, and an entire war has gone by and now ended. Is he about to DDT this dude? Sort of. I was like the Force equivalent of a DDT. Put all his bad planning through his attachment into his haircut. It's not just your internet. Something's fucking crazy today in general.
But wouldn't you rather die on your feet?
I don't know. I mean, it could be your internet. You could be having problems, but I've also been having some weird issues today with this too.
Contact in the Senate who could use your lightsaber. Where's your ship?
Sort of, yeah. Non-attachment, which is an Eastern, heavily an Eastern philosophy. It's about being willing and able to let people go. It's about the acceptance of impermanence. The idea that nothing in the universe, in your life, is permanent. One day, every relationship you have will die. With your death, with the death of other people, you'll grow apart. Things will happen. You have to accept that things are beyond your control and that everything will end. And Anakin could never get past that point. And part of that was because he was ripped away from his mom when he was young, and he wasn't taught to think like this. Then he watched, his mother died. Like, he had a lot of problems.
Have we been spotted?
No. The cloaking device is fully functional.
Rancor time?
Then take us.
Oh, Return of the Jedi. Rancor time! I always hate in Return of the Jedi where you see the face of the guy who watches over, what is it, Patissa, the Rancor, when he's like, oh, Patissa, the name of the Rancor, by the way, not the Rancor guy. I forget his name. Kanan's haircut was hella bad, but he was blind. You think he would have asked for help, but no. Anakin would have been able to accept death, then Padme wouldn't have died.
I found something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're right. That's the problem with a prequel story, is that, again, Anakin had to not be able to accept it. I mean, when he was heartbroken that his pet died. Yeah, feels bad. Exactly. That's the sad... One man's Rancor is another man's pit bull. Like, that poor guy was just sad. Hi, Katie. Die on the hill that if Anakin told Padme his worries, she'd probably say something similar to what Yoda told him. Absolutely. Happy Star Wars Day, Katie. Now's the perfect day for you to watch Star Wars. You want to watch Star Wars. You want to watch the movies. You want to watch the shows. You only have 17 minutes left. Get your...
I never wanted this for you.
My bad.
I never wanted any.
Get your shit together, Katie. God. You got 17 minutes. Watch it on super speed.
Wait.
Also watch Return of the Jedi, and I always forget about the scene. Oh, yeah. No. That's the other heartbreaking moment in Return of the Jedi. When the little Ewok dies and his buddy's like rocking him, and he's trying to wake him up. That's so fucking dark.
I'm picking up a major Imperial facility right in front of you.
Like, what the hell?
Is likely to be inside.
Katie just watched all of Star Wars in 26 seconds. That's efficiency right there. Okay, I have about had it with this streaming quality today. I'm gonna write a bad review. Is my ass like the Sarlacc pit? I don't know, is it? Are there tentacles? I'm kind of curious now. I mean, I don't want to know, but I kind of want to know now. For science. Visions to make decisions. What was I? What was George thinking indeed? He was thinking, oh, you know what these people need with these cute little teddy bears? Trauma. Starkiller, they're behind you. No, Katie is not watching Star Wars. Katie is being ridiculous. Katie is being Katie, but that's why we love Katie. Oh, come on. Shenanigans. I don't miss these quick time events at all. Woo! Execute Thirsty 66. Oh, push the door. Is it a push door or a pull door? We'll find out in a second. No. Is it it's a pull door. Okay, there we go. You know something? In How I Met Your Mother, Barney claims he can tell a woman's age by her opinion on Ewoks. Ewoks are cute. I mean, maybe, but... Oh! I died. Also, Barney is, like, the worst. But I do remember that. That's the episode where, oh, who was he dating at the time? Where she hadn't seen Star Wars. Okay, fuck you! Hey, dickhead. Yes, you. Get out of here. You. Do me a favor, go hit that... Oh, you missed the sniper. You were supposed to hit the sniper. Oh, come on. My kingdom for a targeting system. Whee! That dude literally just fell over dead. I was coming his way and he was like, ah, no, I give up. I'll tell you this. He's a lovable douchebag as long as you don't think too hard about that character in general. Like, if you think too realistically about that character, he's a pretty awful person.
Master, there's a communications tower nearby. Destroy it, and you'll cut off Imperial transmissions in this system.
Older than 30. Turns out they'd only just recently watched Star Wars. That's right. Bye. And I say that I love How I Met Your Mother. I have a friend who watched How I Met Your Mother only recently and was very critical of Barney Stinson. And they're not entirely wrong. Like, that's how I've always read it too. But, you know, it's always interesting to like, hear other people's perspectives and really think about that stuff. Because, you know, it's sort of like, one of the things that can suck with comedy and other stuff is that sometimes we will normalize things. Son of a bitch. We'll use comedy to, like, normalize things and make them funny that shouldn't necessarily be funny. And that's kind of the issue with Barney Stinson, is like, should a womanizer who serially abuses women be as funny as he is? You know what I mean? Should that be something that we necessarily make a joke? And again, that's not a hard and fast, like, answerable question. You know, I'm not the morality police, but I do think it's an interesting conversation to be had for sure. Whee! I love It's Always Sunny. Sunny is one of my favorite shows. No, don't die again.
Destroy it, and you'll cut off Imperial transmissions in this system.
9-season comedy. Well, what's funny is if you watch the first season of How I Met Your Mother, Barney started off as, like, a wannabe ladies' man. Like, he was the butt of the jokes, and it was like, the joke was how ridiculous he was and the fact that he didn't get women. And then in the second season, and from there on forward, it became that Barney did get all the girls. And he forced, you know, he convinced all these women to sleep with him and stuff. So that's kind of interesting to notice upon a rewatch, too. Oops. I understood what you meant. Don't worry, you're not the first person to brain fart in the chat. Normally, I spend most of my game getting lost. So Okay, can one of you stop for just a second with the rockets? I would really appreciate it. Okay. You. Stop it. Why are there so many rockets around here? Is this Guardians of the Galaxy? What the hell's happening? You know, same. Oh shit, come on. That's like, I realized the reason that I'm such a, like, smarmy bastard is because, like, I grew up watching wrestling and I thought The Rock was the coolest person. The Rock was a dick. I thought all the heels were the best. So I grew up very arrogant and very sarcastic, and it took a long time for me to kind of realize that that guy is not the most fun. He's fun for 15 minutes. He's not somebody you want to spend like hours with. Okay. Okay, could you just throw that guy already? Thank you. First, you need to recognize that one... See, but no, like... But we can't just use a fictional character as... We can't use the fact that they're fictional as an excuse for shitty behavior. Because, again, it's fiction designed for a purpose. It's designed to tell something to an audience. Because here's the thing. Because they're fiction, we get to decide how they're written. And so what that says is, yeah, Barney's not the problem. The problem is the writers. The problem is the writers who say that kind of stuff. Like, so yeah, the character might be fictional, but the problem is the writers. And I don't think just recognizing the absurdity of problematic behavior is enough. If you go, but it's funny. Like, because if you want to really carry that, and I hate getting down these tangent moments, but if you really want to carry that to where it goes, blackface wasn't that bad because it made people laugh. Like, that's where you get when you follow that idea is, oh, but it's not real. You know, like, it's not real, it's absurdism, and it's funny, and it makes people laugh, and you're taking it too seriously. And that's my point, is that, like, that's where that logical conclusion goes, like it or not. And again, it says more about the people writing the material than it does the character themselves, because of course the character is fiction. But the people writing it and the audience and the impact that it has on the audience are not fictional. You know, and especially, like, you might have grown up thinking that, for example, like what Digital Wizard said a minute ago, like, you might have grown up going, I see the absurdity in Barney Stinson. Other people might not have. Other people will definitely watch that character and see that as a goal, as an icon. You know, because it's open to interpretation and because he is funny and harmless. And so they can find that behavior to be funny and harmless. And I know I'm preaching to the choir and stuff. I love you guys. I'm not trying to be preachy and stuff. He's not a bad... okay. That's enough. Let's just go back to goofing off about this. Ted is a pretty shitty person. I identify a lot with Ted, and Ted is a pretty bad person. Dicks and cocks and dicks and cocks. Balls. Tig old biddies. Too many dicks on the dance floor. For the people who weren't in the TikTok, I will remind people The reason I use the black lightsaber in this game is because this was the the first appearance of a black kyber crystal before it appeared in the Clone Wars. Dickety dick dick. Dicky dicked dick dickingly. Oh no, the last question you asked us was if we'd let someone shit on our chest. So I'm both like intrigued and terrified as to what this question is going to be. Okay, I've about had it up to here with this glitchy stream game right now. In a woman, if that's what you're attracted to, what is a good size for boobs? All of them. You know that Lizzo song where she's like, I like big boys, itty bitty boys? Replace that with boobs. Like, legitimately. Just sing that song and just say boobs, and that's the answer. Everyone has their own preference. So, I mean, you know, like, I can't speak for everyone, but I wouldn't even say, like, the bigger the better. I think that, you know, I'm attracted to the person. I don't appreciate the subjectification. But no, I mean, I really do mean, like, boobs are just nice. We can't really... it's about eyes, okay? That's a dragon's head. I can move the dragon's mouth. Hello. I like big boobs. Itty bitty boobs. Pretty boobs. Sorry. I just like boobs. Exactly. It's hard not to enjoy. It's hard not to enjoy any sort of breasts. Like, you have to really do something to ruin them. Like, I've known some horrible women, and I'm still like, but those are nice, though. You have to be a really bad person for me not to acknowledge them. One's at bigger than reality allows that it's getting too much info. All of them. The only kind of titties... Okay, so for the people who don't know, the way you said grandma titties, first off, it does depend on the grandma, but that reminds me of a joke. Ron White, one of the redneck comedians, made a joke once where he was like, men love boobs, like all kinds of boobs. He's like, you could be at a bar down in the alley, see an 85-year-old grandma. She goes, you want to see my tits? And I'd go, yep. And she drops them out. Flop, bam. They just flop straight down to her knees. And you go, nice. All right, roll them up. Like, it's a stupid joke, but it's so fucking true. Like, I'll see anybody's tits once. Like, even just out of curiosity, if nothing else. Okay. Out of morbid curiosity. Tits are a gift to mankind. And womankind. And peoplekind. No, I'm kidding. I did it again. We don't deserve them, but we'll take them.
Would send an assassin.
It's a coward's tactic.
Serve the Emperor. I'm here with Master Koda.
Master Koda is dead. Killed above Nar Shaddaa. My father...
Your father? He's Koda's contact. How long has your father been feeding Koda information about Imperial targets?
How do you know?
Because Master Koda survived, and he was sent to find you. Let's go.
I cannot leave while this planet is still enslaved.
Oh, this just reminds me that today Carrie Fisher got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame today. Technically, mankind comes from the Old English word man, which means people.
Just rebuild it.
Eventually, maybe. But you will give the
that face should say it all.
You can take that lift down to the forest floor. It will be crawling with Imperials.
I would ask you to think critically about where that word, how that word comes to be applied to all people, and ask yourself if you think there might be a hint of misogyny even in the ancient world or the old world. So, personally, I am offended by that question of ass or tits. I think that question is total booty. I think it's booty. Personally. They did, for when this game came out, they did a fantastic job of making Starkiller look like Sam Witwer. Alright, I'm done with the glitchiness. Hang on here. I don't know what is going on tonight, but I am done with the glitchiness of this game. The cloud streaming is just not working for me tonight, and it's driving a hole in my brain. So we have two possibilities. Since it is Star Wars Day, we could go back to Survivor and just play around on New Game Plus again and just goof off there. Or we can go back and play Legend of Dragoon like we normally do on Throwback Tongs days. So I leave it up to you guys to kind of decide. Do we want to go back to Dragoon and the normal go, or do we want to go back to Survivor even though we've played through the whole game since it is Star Wars Day? Honestly, neither. Personally, I think legs are underappreciated. If I had to pick, in all reality, I am first attracted to a woman's face. Like, I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. I'm a sucker for a pretty face. And yeah, both is nice, but I'm a booty man. Peaches, 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 I love you. Jack Black said it best. That's a vote for Dragoon, and I think that's where we're going, if we're being honest. It is Throwback Thursday. I think that's where we're probably going to go, but I'm just giving everybody a second to, if we really want to keep it Star Wars, we can. Please, go ahead and close. I don't mind. It's like, the streaming game will close in 30... Holy shit, what the fuck? This is new. Hold on. I gotta, like, close this real quick and show you guys this, because they added something to the home screen, and I don't know when they did, and you guys can tell me if I'm crazy, and I just missed it. Hold on. No, we'll jump. Let's go back to Dragoon. We gotta get through Dragoon anyway, plus I gotta show you this, okay? They added Dart. Oh shit, it just sped right through it. But they added a sprite of Dart right there. I'm like, what the hell was that? And now it just disappeared. I will close you again, damn it. I don't know, it just popped up on there anyway. Oh well, screw it.
Like my balls. Tig-o bitties. Real big. Tig-o bitties. Oh my god. Tig-o bitties.
I believe Crit Success Nerd has answered for the crowd. We've got the Tig-o bitties right there. That's the answer to answer all the questions. Thanks for the bits there. Thanks for the tig old biddies. Yay, you win. Well, like I said, we finished Survivor, and as much as I love the game, I really don't want to keep playing it on stream even longer. Just because I don't, some people haven't finished it, all sort of stuff. Oh, you mean about the titties? My bad. My bad. I forgot about the titties. Oh yeah, you guys don't even know. I'm here in some random place grinding. I gotta get back to where we were. I'm too busy grinding. So, oh no. See, now I'm distracted by titties. I forgot where I even was in this game. Now I gotta get out of the desert again. God damn it. I made mistakes. Not really. So we can talk about that in general now that Survivor is over. Getting out of the desert on Star Wars Day does fit. You are correct. We do have to get out of the desert on Star Wars Day. So I have a whole list of things to do. Like, I do want to play through The Last of Us 2, and we are officially done with Survivor now. And I did say that was going to jump on the list of things to do. Okay, let's try this here. Yeah! That's that ultimate edition right there. The one I never hit, but apparently I could do right there. The Last of Us 2 is on the docket. Also, I've been thinking in general. We're about halfway through Data Boy. That's another one that needs to be finished. Because we haven't finished Data Boy yet either. And I still haven't gotten to Ragnarok. We've got... I'm thinking about... Oh shit, I fucked that up. Data Boy is God of War. Yeah, specifically God of War 2018, because he wasn't Dad of Boy back in the day. Ah, fuck this edition. Fuck all these editions right now. But God of War's on the docket. Last of Us 2 is up on the docket. And the other thing that I've really been wanting to do, it's in my head now, and I've been thinking of adding a question to people. I kind of want to do a full Final Fantasy playthrough. Like, I kind of want... The Pixel Remaster is digging at me hard. And I kind of want to... Oh, shit. I kind of want to get the Pixel Remaster and play through all of them. Like, from one and continue. Like, we've already got 10 we're playing right now. Okay, shit. Which way is it out now? Fuck. It's not that way. Fuck. I feel like I ended up back in almost the same spot, but that's okay. We'll get out of here. But I also thought about, when it comes to the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, in my opinion, the only two worth playing... yeah, it would dominate the stream for a while. But the only ones worth playing from a story perspective are, of the first 6, are 4 and 6. Like, it is cool to play 1, 2, 3, 5. Like, those are cool games to play. But, and especially to experience from a, history of gaming perspective, but they don't have the narrative sensibility that 4 and 6 have. But I just really, I don't know, I just kind of want to play... I like playing these old school games. I'm old now. Oh, will someone change the game? Either Xerxes or I don't know if Queenie's still around or not. I don't know if Justin's here. I haven't seen Justin tonight. But if somebody could change the game. I know that, but it should be revised now. I forgot I read shit. No revision has been received. Change game. Other way around. But thank you. When in doubt, check the commands list. Gotta love the moan. There you go. What was it? Oh, I need to play Red Dead 2, because I haven't technically ever played all the way through. I've only played like a few hours of Red Dead 2. No revision has been received. Hey, you, can't you be more flexible? Maybe my spell's not that strong, but I'm here. Why don't you let us go? The law prohibits humans from going to the Signet Sphere. A world crisis is near at hand. No interest in world crisis. Interest only in compliance with the law. Wingley Code Article 703 revised. Enforced immediately. The law does not prohibit non-Wingleys from going to the Signet Sphere. It says does not prohibit. It seems the produce law is launched, arrives, and then is enforced. They're treating laws as if they're commodities. That's all it was anyway. The law was a mere tool to judge other creatures for them. The Wingleys. We spent too much time with that tool. We gotta get to the Signet Sphere before my father. I'm trying a low honor playthrough, but it's really hard because I'm bad at being mean to people, even fake people. Okay, so will it let me? Why won't it let me onto the thing? Oh, I just have to talk to this guy. You are at the flying disc station. Okay, so it would be 4, 6, 7, 8, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Or 10, 10, 2, 12, 13, 15, 16. Yes. With 7. 7's another one like I said, I want to kind of play, I want to play through 7 and just go to where
Daddy?
we were
Sorry. Daddy?
at the
Sorry,
end
Daddy?
of
Sorry, Daddy? Sorry.
the first one.
Daddy! Sorry.
Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry. Yes, I love playing old PS1 era RPGs. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's fast becoming a staple of the channel because I really enjoy playing them. Thank you again for the daddy. Sorry, daddy. You are at the flying disc station of the Great Court. Signet Sphere should be in here. You have a PS1? Nice. Signet Sphere, Signet Sphere, Signet Sphere, Signet Sphere. Dart, Rose, Albert, Haschel, Merrill, Congo, and Miranda. Total 7. Confirmed. Accused. Accused? What is it saying? What's up, Justin? You are at the flying disc station in front of the Great Court. It's a waste to ask. Starting your journey for more PS1 era RPGs by playing Xenogears. Nice! What a good one, too. Stone, the tie-in game. Spyro, Resident Evil, and Metal Gear Solid. Nice! Digital Wizard pulled out an adult toy. Well, how very fitting. What you gonna do with that, Digital Wizard? I like how I made that such a PG answer. Aw, Darth Xerxes has his parents' approval. It's about damn time. Oh, sorry. Katie can help with the adult toys. If you're not following Katie, go follow Katie and see if you can't find out more about their adult store or adult toy store. Oh, hey, it's religious trauma. Aww. So much fun. Does an adult toy mean a Neopix? It could. Anything your heart desires. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. I started that song too high. I don't want to deafen you. Oh, treasure can only be redeemed once a day. Will someone pop the command? I know that sounds silly. Just so that our new folks can see the full list of available commands. There's only like 2 that are once per day, and treasure chest is one of them. It's because I can only give it so many options. And while I gave it as many options as I could, I try to keep it from getting too stale. Okay, now, Miranda, will you please heal this boy right here? What do you call somebody with no nose? Nobody knows. I fucking love that if you put dog fact without the S, it gives you a dad joke, because I'm an idiot. Max, Jake, Maggie, and Molly are the most popular dog names? Boo. Put the cat out. I didn't realize it was on fire. What do you call a man with no arms and no legs in a swimming pool? Bob. What? Aw, crit success asks for some advice. Fail, fail again, fail better. That really is good advice, though. This one damn raider keeps on killing you. Survivor? Is it the one with the hammer? No. It's not bad advice, but it's weird that it happened twice. I mean, it's the first one you got. Yeah, that hammer raider is a fucking monster. I don't know if that's the yup, but either that or the veteran that with the jetpack. Quote 5, I'm being attacked for real. What do you call a man with no arms or no legs at the door? Matt, what do you call a man with no arms, no legs on the wall, hanging on the wall? Art. Yoda Fox. Okay, Kongol, adios, buddy. We're going back to old reliable. Let's get... Oh shit, but we can't have old reliable. Just kidding. We have to go back to the team that has the stuff on it until I replace their equipment. So we're going back to these two. And then... Okay. Who has Ultimate War God? Oh, fucking Kongol has it. You take that. We're gonna give that to Dart. Yeah, we can do those. That's fine. Ta-da! Man with no arms, no legs in the middle of the road. Fucked. God damn it. Where are we? It's the court of Xenobatos. It is the place where judgment is passed for non-winglies under the name of fake justice. And still now. Guilty, 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 guilty. My name is Nomos. I am the justice. My word is the only truth. We are here to protect the Signet Sphere. Let us go through here. Accused Dart, Rose, Albert, Haschel, Miranda, Meru, and Kongol. It seems you know we are here for the Signet Sphere, and you are trying to intervene. Why? Accusation, the will of the Creator, so, it's not working. Oh no! Is this manipulated by my father? Thus the death penalty is sentenced. Come out, winged executioners. Vector, Celebus, Kubila, start the execution. What did one Frenchman say to the other? I don't know, I don't speak French. Jar Jar Binks does fuck, canonically. Oh yeah, fuck that guy with the hammer on top of there. Alright. Let's not have Hashel be the one to... Ah, shit. Oh, take a stretch break. Oh. I've been in this chair for the better part of the entire evening. Get out of here, the bartender says. We don't serve your type. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Oh, I forgot to give her back Miranda's mage ring. Oh, well. That's fine. We'll be alright. Get him, Meru. I don't remember which one to kill first, so we're gonna go with the one with the scythe. Good God, there's a 98% chance. That command always seems so aggressive. Like, it feels like a threat. Alright, Dart. Hit them all with the red-eyed dragon, please. Layeth the smacketh down, my friend. Yesterday I saw a guy spill a bag of Scrabble on the road, so I asked, what's the word on the street? We have a dad joke thing. Ah, careful, crit success nerd. You've ignited a pink lightsaber. Also, a pink lightsaber could also be a euphemism. Two Padawans walk into the bar. They tell the bartender, you don't need to see our identification. Queenie has a red... Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, my. The hell was that? You just, like, blow smoke on me? That one's vaping. Talk like what for a minute? Or for 3 minutes? Darth Sidious, yes. Lucky for me, I'm going to use my Thunder God. Will unleash the Violet Dragon. This is not one of my strongest voices, but for you, I will do it. I will do it. And about the new restaurant named Karma, there's no menu. You get what you deserve. Oh, who's there? There's a knock in the chat. To who? Let's go, you killed Hammer Boy. Good job. Do it. No, to Lord Vader. And her. Or them. I don't know. I assumed. Just because we're evil doesn't mean we're going to assume things about people. They. See, I knew. I almost always use they because I may be an evil emperor, but I am not an asshole. But sometimes it slips. What did the farmer say after he lost his tractor? I don't. Where's my Ah, that's a good one. Don't worry. Those are just contractions. This is my favorite of the dragon attacks. Fuck this flying bitch. Alright, she needs to be the one to die. Because she just healed the others. And good. Use your anti-jokes. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because it's a chicken. It doesn't know where it's going. It just goes places. You're going to hop out and watch The Last Jedi. Enjoy it. Do it. That sounds aggressive. It's not supposed to be. But I have to talk like this for a few more moments. A priest, a rabbi, and a monk walk into a bar. They all get drinks because bars in America are legally required to serve people of all religions. That man looks like Darth Malgus. Is that a fucking demon? Is that a demon frog? What the fuck is coming out of that thing? And where is it going? What in the hell was that? Speaking of demon frogs, why is that guy hopping like that? What exactly is happening here? Celibus? More like celibate, aka no bitches. Hit her with the hammer, Meru. That was Frog Talk peeking in. Gets jalapeno business. I got you that time. Ha 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 ha. All right. Ha 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 ha. Is God? It might be. There are a few sub-only commands. There's only like 3 of them, but that might be one of them. I don't remember. I haven't looked at the command list in a while.
Why do I sense we've picked up another pathetic life form?
Well, that solves that. Thanks for the sub. There you go. Now you have ascended to godhood. Who's your god? Or what are you the god of, rather? Could you explain puns to a kleptomaniac? Because they always take things literally. Oh, and you become the god of Toe Jam. Long may they reign. Listen, someone has to be the god of Toe Jam. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Fucking volleyball punch this blast of fire. Can the Healy one die yet, please? Oh my god. Please die. Meru, put her down with the giant hammer of doom. Can you do that? Please and thank you. Y'all, crit success nerds, the note taker. Every party needs a good note taker. Poor Queenie has gotten the ugly one like 3 nights in a row, hitting the roll. Queenie is not the ugly one, but the RNGesus does not appreciate Queenie. It's jealous. See? What? Who just... Did you just kill Meru? No, not Meru of all people. God bless it. And I can't bring her back until after the Dragoon stuff is ended. Uh-oh. What did the Tin Man say when he was run over? Curses! Foil again. Okay, well, you've got to be the next one to die, because that was pretty fucked up, just killing Meru in one shot. He's DBZ powering up. Instant transmission. One of your D&D notes is literally just ACAB, 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 ACAB. Valid. Valid. So we were planning a Pathfinder campaign, and I was looking at the pre-published Pathfinder adventures, because we'd never actually played Pathfinder. And there's one called, like, Agents of Edgewatch, and your party is literally a bunch of fledgling cops. And I was like, we can't play this. My players will just be running around all the time going, why are we cops? ACAB. You guys play Pathfinder? Nice! I really enjoy Pathfinder so far. I really like it. It reminds me a lot of playing 3rd edition and stuff. And 3.5. And I like a lot of stuff. I think that there's a system somewhere that should exist, if it doesn't already, that is between Pathfinder and 5e. Like, I love a lot of things about Pathfinder, but I also wish I want a game where you have a mana pool instead of spell slots. I don't like spell slots in any game. And I'm mad that we still have them as a thing. I swear to God, if this son of a bitch kills somebody again, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, he's just casting this spell, which could kill somebody, but... At least it wasn't an insta-death again. Oh, I missed it again. I think I could play Pathfinder because I would miss the Warlock. There are cool classes in Pathfinder, though. Like, there are a lot of cool magical classes. Witch is a very Warlock-flavored class in Pathfinder. The Witch is very close to Warlock. If I ever stop playing D&D, I think I'm going to doing more fantasy systems. Oh, you don't think you're going to do more fantasy systems. You prefer playing sci-fi stuff. Pathfinder also has Starfinder, which is a really cool variation. God damn it. That's not what I wanted. Piss boy is another one of my notes. That's a good note taker. I appreciate those kind of notes. I really do. Let's just heal everybody this way instead of having Meru do it. GURPS is the one that's designed after old school, like 1st edition D&D, right? Where it's really tough to... It's like meat grinder games. I don't remember, but I think that's what it is. But yeah, there are some great sci-fi RPGs. Some that I really want to try out that I haven't had a chance to play. I've heard about Lancer, but I've never... Oh, damn it. I've heard about it, but I haven't actually had much opportunity to do much looking into it. But if it looks really cool, I say give it a try. Cyberpunk Red. Character Droll Knee Smasher is an orc fighter who loves collecting keys and is a librarian in his downtime. I love him. He sounds amazing. I love characters like that. I had a Leonin barbarian that I absolutely love, who believed he was a librarian. So he's the librarian barbarian, but he found a book on ancient Leonin fighting techniques, and one of them involved going into this trance-like rage, and he used that to protect the library until it was burned down. But he's still, like, he's got a higher intelligence than, like, most other characters in the party. He's just, like, 90% of the time a total nerd, and then when he goes into combat, he goes beast mode, quite literally. It's a fun little character. Also want to try out Shadowrun. Oh, Shadowrun. The problem with Shadowrun is that it's a really cool concept that has not been executed well in a long time. Like, the last, like, 3 editions... Shadowrun 4th edition was, like, the last time it was a really solid game. It was pretty rough in 5 and... oh, I messed up. In 5 and 6. So that's my problem with Shadowrun, is that it's just difficult to get a really good working version of Shadowrun. Like, it's just hard to acquire at this point. I've watched a lot of my friends who stream give up playing playing Shadowrun 6, especially because it just is a clunky system that doesn't run that well. But the video game is dope. Yeah, the Shadowrun video game is dope. There's still a lot of fun to be had, and your mileage may vary, but it's just been... eh. Hey, I have a character who... I have a... oh, god damn it. I also have goofy characters. We've talked about that, like the Bard, Holland Oates. What else? My boyfriend played a priest that likes to... Yikes. That's definitely a table-by-table... table-by-table case of whether or not people are going to be super excited to play with that, but that's a thing. Master, hurry to the god. Rebels against Soa's will overcome me. The signet sphere is over there. Let's go! That's what they called him. The signet sphere! He's done it. It is losing its magic power. This moon dagger is serving as proof. How on earth did he get here? Huh? Now, the sky is one of my roads too. Father! Can you hear the movements of the god of destruction? As if a hymn to the new world. It sounds like an outcry of the world to me. With the outcry, Shauna will be reborn to the god who no longer knows you. Ah! She desires that too. She does not. You'll see when you meet her. But for Shauna, you are a mere object to be destroyed. Wait! He is not Zeeg. Then who is he? We will find out in the city of the last signet sphere. I will in Mayfill. I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to translate to. I always bring up consent checklists in my D&D games. Always. Always, always, always. Even when I play with my friends. I do a questionnaire that you can make like on Google. They can submit answers anonymously. It helps because even among your friends, you never quite know what they're okay with and what they aren't. And I would always rather they be safe and like, and there may be no limits. Like I've played most of my tables, there are no limits, but just in case someone does have a limit, I want to make sure that that's respected, because at the end of the day, just like here, it's all about having fun. I had an idea for a warlock who was a sailor who almost died in a shipwreck, but when looking into the abyss, oh yeah, that's dope. That's a cool idea. I like that. Especially when you use like the Great Old One, or even the, oh, what's the other one? What's the specific underwater god one? Because you could use either of those. But that's a great idea, Crit. No pineapples needed. Not at my table. No. Anything that involves players role-playing real life abhorrent behaviors is banned. And again, every table's different, and I totally understand and accept. It's the Kraken. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was just the Kraken or not. Unless you're using a pineapple. I don't know why they don't call him Cthulhu either, because as far as I know, it's public domain, because everything Cthulhu related is, well, not everything, and that may be what it is it may be that the name Cthulhu might not be public domain. Because while the Cthulhu mythos is, Dart, you're facing the wrong direction, buddy. You are at the flying disc station. Okay, we don't need to read this one. Go back to the teleport device. Exactly. I think that's probably where it comes from, is the Call of Cthulhu game, which, by the way, if you've never played Call of Cthulhu, really good. There's a video game version of Call of Cthulhu, which is pretty cool. It's like a single player adventure, but it plays really well within the horror landscape. It's a pretty good game. Excuse me. It's only mildly horrific. Like it's more just like creepy, but even I was fine playing it. Okay, I want to get these fancy things off of my party so that I can put them on Albert and Miranda and finish the game. Vampire the Masquerade is a system you want to try. The madness system in Call of Cthulhu is the reason to play the game. Oh, I didn't mean to talk to you. I want to talk to this guy. Yes. Weapon shop. Damn it, you don't sell what I need. Fine, we'll go back to Lindsay Lohan after we're done here. And before we go on to the next spot. I've wanted to play Monster of the Week too. I've heard that that's a really cool, easy game to play. So, you want to know my dream, since we're here talking about this? It's something I've wanted to manifest into existence, but it feels like it'd be really difficult, and I don't know if I'm the person to do it. I've wanted to do either D&D, Pathfinder, something. I want to do a game where it's like an actual play, but it takes place with an overarching plot, like in the background. But it's primarily everybody who's playing is members of an adventuring guild, taking little jobs and like doing one-shots, essentially. Like, 1, 2, 3 shots. But what you can do is, because they're all parts of an adventurers guild, every time you finish a one-shot, you can just sub in new players. So you can have a revolving door of talent, of people who come in, devote a couple weeks to playing, and then mix it up and change it around. And if characters die, oh well, roll up a new character. If you get a TPK, oh man, that whole party died doing this particular mission. People can just bring new characters, or you can send a whole new party on that same mission and see what they do differently than the other one. I think that'd be a really cool way to run an actual play that wouldn't just be like the same cast of characters always doing stuff. And you could have an overarching story, but again, you might hardly ever see the same characters twice. So they're not all going to have information regarding the main overarching plot at the same time. And you could even have like episodes where you mix up who's in what group. Like, you know, persons A and B go out with persons H and I, or whatever, you know, numbering scheme kind of thing. I just think that'd be a really cool way to have a variety of people within an actual play, as opposed to simply the same 4 people every week. But you also do lose that the same 4 people every week thing. I don't know. That's just an idea I've had rolling around in my head that I keep meaning to try to make a thing. Wait, what? Hold on, what? Hold on, I gotta rewind this because I just assumed we'd be able to fly. Let me look at this real quick. Yeah, I know that feeling of wanting to try other games, but your play group doesn't. Anybody play board games based on H.P. Lovecraft? A little bit. I've played like, what is it? House on Haunted Hill is kind of Cthulhu-esque. There's a couple other ones I've played. Oh fuck. I'm trying to think of what else there is. Call of Cthulhu, though, being the RPG one, is the one I play the most of. Please go to Mayfield. Dad must be heading there.
The sky over Mayfield is filled with swirling souls. I don't think I can make it with my newborn wings.
What? Then how should we go?
You should be able to go with the teleporting device.
Okay.
Would you like to have wings?
Yes. Okay, because I need to go swap out my party real quick before we go to Mayfield. There is a Power Rangers TTRPG, and I've heard that it's really good. Or at least good enough. I've heard that it's really cool. I'll say that. I have friends who are excited to try it out. But we haven't gotten a chance yet. Because I have one friend who is obsessed with virtually everything Power Rangers. And I don't mean that in a bad way. But he's excited. He's never really DM'd, but he's been really excited to DM a Power Rangers game. You can never plan too much, but you will always be underprepared. That's like legitimately my DM advice, is you can never plan too much, but you will always be underprepared. Because you cannot plan for what sort of shenanigans your party is going to just decide to get into. Like, I've planned out an entire city, and I knew every NPC's name. Everybody. And they didn't ask a single question to any of the NPCs that I wrote everything about. But I'll be goddamned if they didn't start asking random questions to the goblins that they were fighting. Like, and I didn't have those answers. So, like, you plan as much as you can, but also know you'll never be ready. Oh my god. I can only get the one off of her. I can't get the one off of him. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Okay, so I've got that. Still can't get the one off of fucking Haschel, but okay. I guess I can put Miranda in there for now. Armed. Miranda. Go ahead and throw on a Legend Cask. Where you at, girl? Oh yeah, you also need... Oh no, you have the measuring on. We're good. Power Rangers campaign setup, so I keep going back and forth of getting it. I've heard it's worth getting, like, if you get it for, like, the base price. Like, I've heard it's worth getting and worth, like, playing around with. But again, I haven't actually had any first-hand experience playing it. Outline, the inciting incident. Yeah, pretty much. Just be ready to improvise stuff. And the players... Here's the thing about D&D versus writing, is that in D&D, you can write everything that you... hang on, sorry, I'm trying to get to some place where I can buy... I should be able to get something here. It's all the fun of writing, but you don't have to worry about any of the character stuff because your players will do all of the character related stuff. So like, if you just come up with generic ideas or outlines of stuff for like character backgrounds, but like, see how they interact with them. Like, write a description of what the barkeep looks like. And if they walk up to him and they don't trust him, maybe make him untrustworthy. You know, or something. Like, play into what they're thinking as well. Okay, this is just... Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Is this another one where I can't buy a fucking helmet for my boys? Literally? Maybe I can do it in a different spot. I just want to get back to this. Big tip I heard... Plan dungeon, but the party doesn't go to the town. You need them to. Well, now that dungeon... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, that's one thing I always say as well. Let's see here. Nope. Okay. Off to another town. You can always... Things are always modular in D&D. If you need the party to go to a specific place and they fuck off and go somewhere else, move things around. You know, have something happen. Like, one of my favorite things is like, one of your characters has a locket that means a lot to them. They decide not to go fight the dragon and instead go off to town. And while they're on their road to town, a thief comes along and steals the locket and they have to go get it back. And where does he take it? Well, he takes it off into the mountains and then he gets eaten by a dragon and the dragon runs off with the locket or some shit. Like, that's a little too... convenient, but you get what I mean. Yeah, it really does just depend on the party, because some parties will follow every plot hook, some will follow none, some want a very linear story, some want a very open-ended story where they can choose where they go and what they do. And that's another reason that I like having, like, questionnaires, is I don't just put content questionnaires on there. I also put things that are, like, asking, hey, what are you or what kind of gameplay are you comfortable with? Do you want a sandbox world to explore, or do you want a hardcore linear story? What's your holy shit moment, Justin? I'm assuming it's related to playing Survivor. Okay, where is this damn weapon shop? I think they're down here. Just added a perk that added a blaster damage. Yep, and yeah, that blaster damage one is pretty gross. I love it. I like that because I just like blaster stance in general. Still, only tiaras. What the frickety frack? Yeah, Google Forms. Yeah. It's like I said, because I am a very linear story person. I will do whatever the DM tells me to do for the most part. I say that and then I'm like, that's not entirely true. Sometimes I'm just a dick. A lot of times I will try to do whatever the DM wants us to do. I just might be difficult about it, but usually I'll do whatever the DM wants us to do. But some players, like I played with my best friend, the Todd, prefers to... Todd prefers to have that open world, go wherever I choose, do whatever I want kind of feel. And so I have to learn how to adjust to that when I DM for him, giving him more opportunities of things like that. I wouldn't necessarily say that because it depends on your audience as to whether or not they're going to understand what that means, Darth Xerxes. I would be more specific in general. Where is the damn weapon shop in this place? Or does this place even have a weapon shop? I just want a fucking helmet for fucking Hashel so that I can get the damn legend cask over onto Albert so I can stop fucking with it. Oh, it's up top. God damn it. Yes, I will buy something if you have what I want. Oh, thank God. Wait, no, it can't go on Hashel? Are you fucking shitting me? Why are you making this so difficult, game? I get it. I put it on the wrong person. I'm sorry. Good fucking Lord. Luke's now watching his friends get iced in on Endor. Womp womp. Okay. Well, we'll go to Fernie, the Water City, I guess. Palpatine does look hella gross in Return of the Jedi. My sister's setting up a campaign and she talked about wanting to try a twist villain. Twist villains can be really cool. You just have to have players who are willing to play the long game if you do a PC as the twist villain. I had a player who wanted to do who wanted to be a PC villain, but he was terrible at it. And he ended up like just being a dick from the very beginning, and it was obvious that he was a bad guy, and I was like, this doesn't work. Come on, hurry up. Also, I wanted to have a bard who was the secret BBEG. Oh my god, that only goes on Kongol. Are you fucking shitting me? Why? Oh my god. Oh no, it wasn't to the front, god damn it. Cleric that whoops is actually a cleric for an evil god. Yeah, that can work. Mine, I like that. Mine was a bard who follows the party around, constantly telling of their good deeds, singing songs, helping them out. He was just an NPC who was just like a little nobody bard who like loved the party and followed them around. And he just conveniently ended up town to town with them. And like, he's just this really, just this really fun friend of the party. Dalvin, 3 strings. Dalvin, I forget his last name, 3 strings good barrel or something like that. And he's just like their best friend, their biggest fan. And then when public opinion suddenly, like, they end up getting involved in like a war, and like they accidentally cause like a bunch of death and destruction, and people turn on them, and public opinion changes, and the bard starts writing songs against them. And come to find out by the end of it, the bard then leads a charge against them, like leads the charge to arrest or kill the party. And the plan that he ultimately reveals was that he wanted to, I'm just making sure there's not two of them here. They are. Was that his plan was to find great adventurers, build them up, there we go, into being the most powerful adventurers of all time, and then turning public opinion on them so that he could kill them and he could finally be the hero that he could never be on his own. And the idea was that he had been manipulating everything from the very beginning. Like, he had been in contact with every villain they had ever seen and everything else. Oh, god damn it. I did all that for Dart to have the cask on and not Haschel. I'm a fucking idiot. So I didn't need to do that anyway. Add that to today's list of I'm a moron. As if we didn't already know that, though, let's be honest. So I've been fucking around for no reason. Alright, back to the magical law city Xenobatos. Oh, well, go get some sleep. You've got work tomorrow, Crit Success Nerd. Get some sleep. Take care of yourself. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll be here all the time. So don't forget to check out the Discord and everything else, and we'll see you around. Thanks for joining us. We're glad to have you here. All right, now we're back to the magical law city Xenobatos. I totally know how that is. Okay, teleporting station. Well, why does it only take me to Aglis and not to Mayfield? Maybe I have to go up to the top. Or this guy, maybe. Martial law is relaxed. Oh, god damn it. 410. I have to go back and do the law thing again. 410. Good gravy. Good googly moogly, Darth Xerxes. Hang on. I'm also trying to do this, so let me do all this. All things you're uncomfortable with occurring in the campaign. What kind of story do you want for your character to have? What kind of game do you want to have? Yeah, that's a fine thing. Just have like, yeah, absolutely. Make sure if you have a questionnaire of like what stuff they're not comfortable with, make sure to also ask them. Hang on here. Make sure to also ask them if they have anything else to contribute on that front. I think you probably put it in there, but I might not have seen it. Okay, come on. Oh shit, I'm in the wrong spot. Damn it. I just remembered I gotta go to the registration first. Fuck this part of the game. Oh my god. I hate the legal system. I hate bureaucracy. This is awful. I hate it. Let me go home. OP as fuck against Ravis Phase 1. Yeah, Phase 2 is a bitch. Ravis Phase 2 is a bitch. He just like pop, 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 pop. That's how I was through the majority of that game. I believe it's automatically anonymous. Okay, Legislation Center. You can also have someone do a test answer, but I'm pretty sure Google Forms is automatically anonymous. Oh, I fucking hate this bureaucracy minigame. Who decided that this would be fun? Who was like, you know what kids will love? Making laws. Standing in lines. $4.10. You guys are just passing the same 3 bills over and over again. You guys are the worst. Hey, I was in line, you jackass. What the hell? That was fucked up. That guy just straight up cut me in line. I guess I moved too fast. There we go. Excuse me. 410. Okay. Yep, that's the one that I want to change. Now I'll take this to the Law Factory. God damn it, I hate this place. This is the worst. Bureaucratic hell. It's not that bad. I think it's just because
Oh my god! Tickle bitties.
What up, TTV? How's it going? Thanks for the Tig-O biddies. Law Factory. We're playing the bureaucracy simulator that is Legend of Dragoon in the Law City, Xenobatos. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you here tonight. We were playing The Force Unleashed for a while, and then it got buggy. It was real buggy today, so I was like, I'm out. It's going. That doesn't sound particularly positive, but I hope it starts getting better for you, whatever's going on. All right. Submit law production license. This is it. Understood. Bloody bliggity blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. I'm not reading the same dialogue a million times. Well, hopefully it's over now and you can just enjoy getting some rest and not having to deal with another long day. Luke is dog walking Vader right now. Nice. I don't care what anybody says. Luke dog walks Vader in that fight. I will never buy into the, well, but Vader didn't really want to. Nope. Luke kicked his ass. Kind of random. Law launcher. Chilling on the stream and playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Nice! Hey, that's a way to do it. I don't know if it was you. Somebody asked if there were any Yu-Gi-Oh! Experts in the Discord. I am not a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. I'm a Magic the Gathering player. But hopefully you find someone who's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Expert in there somewhere. Yeah, usually it's things like racism, sexism, body horror, cosmic horror, any sort of like abuse, like physical abuse, sexual abuse, stuff like that. Those are the kind of things that you want on a consent form for Dungeons and Dragons, that you just want to make sure, because like if you play a module like Curse of Strahd, for example, Curse of Strahd is full of a lot of mature themes, so you just want to make sure that you address all of that. 1 HP, no stims to end Ravis. Fuck yeah. Way to go, Justin. Congratulations. Law launching license. Oh, it wasn't you who asked? Someone in the Discord asked about a Yu-Gi-Oh! Expert, so maybe look in the gaming section. Maybe you can help them out, because I can't help them out. And that's why I brought it up, though, was because I was like, either it was you asking, or you can help them, maybe. Yeah, trio of witches who bake people into pies. Yeah, or sell people pies. Okay, there you go. Sell pies, but the pies are made from children and babies. Yeah, Curse of Strahd has a lot of stuff, and it just gets, like, worse and worse. There's incest, there's sexual abuse, there's all sorts of heavy themes in Strahd that don't always come up in the traditional D&D games. Like, heck, what is his name? Isaac, I think, or something like that, who's like implied to be Irina's brother and has a thing for her. Like, yeah, it's pretty grody. That makes sense. If you have things that are already banned at your table. Oh shit, I forgot I have to actually hit it with that now. Our table killed it. My players killed him too. But I set him out to be a lot worse of a villain, and I cut all the weird, like, obsession with Irina out of his stuff. I didn't like that stuff. I would include that on your consent form, Darth Xerxes, just depending on if you play with people that aren't your normal play group. I would consider putting on your consent form as well. There you go. Never mind. I would say all of this stuff is hard banned in my world. Here's a list of other stuff. Would you be okay with this other stuff? But here are the things that are outright banned. That way you also, like, it's kind of like I have the chat rules on the Twitch page. No one ever reads those, but if anyone breaks a rule, then you get to go, it was right there in the rules the whole time. And it's the same with that. If you get someone who joins your game and does something that you're not okay with, you can be like, sorry, you're out. These are the rules. You know. Thank you, TTV. Somebody's got to be that person. But you know what I mean? A lot of people don't read those kind of things. But that's kind of the point, you know, is to have them there as insurance, if nothing else. My DM kept it mainly because we get super attached to her right away, and he knew it would rile us up. See, so here's my thing with Curse of Strahd. I really wanted to play with the concept that Strahd might not be a bad guy. I really wanted to play with that concept. My players had none of it. And in character, so they went to Barovia by accident. They did not know they were even doing Curse of Strahd. They went to Barovia by accident. Long story. And when they get there, okay, now we can go to Mayfield. When they get there, they go to Death House, And the way I had it, they get out of Death House and the house crumbles to the ground as they're leaving. And so it's completely gone. I don't remember if this is in the book or not. Like I just don't remember at this point. But the house crumbles to the ground behind them. And they leave and they're like, holy shit, this house just was swallowed up by Barovia, essentially. And as they leave, a horse-drawn carriage, Strahd's carriage, pulls up, and a man comes out of it who's got his hood up, and it's Strahd. And they're able to kind of put two and two together on that. And he points at the house as they're like, they're like, oh, we got away. And he's like, you mean from that? And they look back, and the house is rebuilt. And the kids are playing in front of it again, like nothing ever happened. And they look back and they are convinced at that point in time that Strahd did it. That this guy, who they realize eventually later is Strahd, that this guy brought the house back and he's a bad guy. And so I wanted to play up this is he evil, isn't he evil thing with them. And they immediately were just like, I hate this guy. I don't trust him at all. And I was like, well, damn. Okay. Over 11,000 years, and it still leads souls to hell. Maybe it is connected to the devildom. But it doesn't matter now. The plan determined by Soa will drink everything to the last drop. Weena, 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 weena. Weena, 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 wang. I highly recommend, and this is going to sound silly, if you do buy Curse of Strahd, just buy the book. Don't waste the money on the Coffin Collector's Edition thing. It does not provide nearly enough stuff to be worth the money. The biggest thing you get is the Taraka deck, which doesn't provide you with really anything other than a one-time use in the game. And you can just use other stuff with it. All the other things, there are cool little things. None of them are necessary. None of them have any use outside of Curse of Strahd. Oh shit, wig time. Wig time. It's like a mini tarot deck. Oh god, hang on. I gotta come over here so I can actually see the wig. Come on. Even though it's gonna look bad because I haven't brushed it or anything, it's just been sitting on a thing over there. Okay. I need to make an actual wig tier. That's what I was gonna say, was I need to make the wig, and that's literally what I was about to say. We think the same thing, Justin, where people can make me put on the wig, or I wish I had more hats. I would do that. Alright, there we go. Okay. But yeah, it's like a mini tarot deck. It's specific to the game. And like, it has specific entries in the game, but you can easily just assign it to random, like, to other cards. There's a version of the Taraka deck that's just a deck of cards, basically. So you don't need that deck to do that. It's not, you could also adjust it with a real tarot deck if you want to. Rose, what's that? When there were still Wingleys here, they used to suck souls from all over the world into that huge tower so they could decide the destinations of their souls. But why? You want to say it should have been destroyed during the Dragon campaign, don't you? Both Aglis and Xenebatos were working. It shouldn't be That's strange. But we destroyed this place completely so that they could never play with souls. But maybe this is... the souls that couldn't completely die gather here? I don't like this. But whatever happens, as long as the moon is in the sky, we are fine. The Signet Sphere is still safe. Hurry up! We have to get there before Dad! So Moldover getting the monster manual. I have a hoo-ha, you have... oh, I got a yum-yum, you got a penis. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Weena, 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 wang! The one with the beholder on the cover? But I didn't know if it'd be worth it. Monster manual's always good to have, but if you want the information online, fine. This is the soul of Firebrand, the green-tusked dragon. That is Firebrand? It came out in response to the Dragoon spirit of Albert. You said souls that couldn't completely die gather here. Is it the same for dragons? Yes, probably. The defeat by humans who were supposed to be less powerful than them became a burden on their souls. If we kill it again, we can probably break the attachment. But we don't have time to deal with them. No, we don't. I feel sorry, but... we have to catch up with Zeeg or the world will end. Alright, so let's just dodge weird-looking seahorse insect Firebrand. You go. But yeah, I would say you can get all of the information for everything D&D online, if we're being honest. Oh shit, I didn't mean to touch it. Mine's sparkling! This should be the soul of Regally. Regol. It says, kill me. He doesn't want to go to hell. Dot, it'll be over quick. Let's save Regol. Yes! Oh, alright. I guess we're killing dragons. Now we gotta go back and kill Firebrand, because I'm gonna feel bad if I leave him alive. Or whatever state of undeath this is. Yeah, it does depend on how you're playing and stuff. That is also correct. I made one. That is cool. I don't have one, but I think it's cool that you do. You always just played in person. Me too. But we used D&D Beyond for a long time. Used being the operative word there. Poor Albert's taken the lion's share of damage because he's the only one without a legend cask on. But that's okay. Even if he dies, Miranda can revive him, so it's fine. Speaking of which, Miranda, will you please heal our buddy there? Used a TV for everyone to see Fog of War and all that. That's cool. That's kind of cool stuff. I like that. Yeah, I've seen people do that, Darth Xerxes, with the deck of many things, with just a deck of cards. There you go, Albert, my good friend. Lovitz never would have gotten his ass kicked like that. I just want to say that to you. Oh, it's doing its bouncy move. Oh, it's a tidal wave. We're at the beach. Here we go. Ooh, barracuda. It just sounds like Cuda. God damn. Ah, too slow on that last one. Good night, Dark TTV. Thank you for dropping in. Always a pleasure to have you here. Good, get some sleep. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Huh. Those are definitely interesting little things right there. This battle is taking forever already, but I don't know what I get for the experience of beating it, so I'm not gonna bitch too much, because if I get money for it, if I don't get money, then I'll bitch. Idea of making the jacket, oh shit, like super ugly in more humor-based campaigns. That is kind of funny. There we go. This damn wig keeps getting in my eyes. I want to look real quick. Oh shit, this dragon spirit is not doing... This is not going well. It's kind of kicking our ass right now. Just explaining what each item does so you can't remember. Oops. Did she just heal herself instead of Albert? Oh, I fucked up. He's gonna... Oh, no, okay. I was like, he's gonna die. Oh, God. Alright, Albert, you need at least a little more defense. So go ahead and pop up here. Hit us with a little Rose Storm. Be a wand of summoning that summons either another wand of summoning. That's funny. I like pun stuff like that. Ow. Another good Star Wars movie done. You got through 6 of them. Are you gonna watch Force Awakens? You won't get through the whole sequel trilogy, but you can get through that one. Or are you calling it quits after 6? You don't know you have lunch with your mom tomorrow? Okay. Dart, just keep wailing away on this man. Whoops. Oh my goodness. This damn thing. The Staff of Fireballs, called... Gee, I wonder what it does. The Staff of Fireballs. Goodness gracious, great fireballs of fire. So we're not having a job yet, not for a lack of trying. Yeah, it's a strange market right now. I can't imagine how it is in Oregon, but I know how it is everywhere else. Tidal wave. See, I need to do something with the wig time because eventually I gotta have like at least half an hour. Like I can take the wig off eventually. Not that I'm bitching about it right now, but eventually the wig has to come off, right? 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 What was that? I don't know. The Orb of Anti-Saturnia. I got no idea. But if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Oh my god, this battle is so much longer than I expected it to be. Didn't Meru say that this wasn't going to be a long fight? Wasn't she like, oh, it won't take that long at all. It'll be an easy fight. Well, we got him halfway down, so that's okay. Everyone's hiring. I don't understand why it's taking so long. We don't know either. A wig that never comes off but forces you to speak in a Brooklyn accent. And yeah, a lot of those everywhere's hiring is, do you want to go work for the absolute minimum wage? Do you want to go do you want to be forced to work 80 hours a week for a shitty company that doesn't appreciate you for the federal minimum wage? Those places are hiring, and there's a reason they're hiring. Saturn is the Roman god of time. That makes sense. Been ghosted by 4 jobs already. I love the idea of referring to it as ghosted by jobs. That's kind of funny to me. I don't know why. Oh, come on, Dart. You can do better than that. At least I think you can. Oh my god, the animations are so long for this dragon. Currently living next to a college and students have all the jobs. Yeah, that's definitely going to eat into the job economy. Oh, can I get away with waiting another turn? Probably not. Let's heal everybody and deal some damage. Come on, Miranda. Hit him with the white silver dragon. Bust out the subwoofers. It's in June in a city not next to a college, a much larger city. Yeah? That could be a way to go for things. Oh my goodness. There we go. She'd be happy if you lived with her and her partner. You've lived with her before. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. but nothing's been decided. And you did just move, and moving does suck. One of them's just a Harry Potter reference. Goddamn, why you gotta just slap Miranda like that, of all people? Hey, it's in the red. What does that mean in terms of this game? Not a whole lot. Parfait. And by any two players at any part of the world, and allow them to see each other and talk with each other through the mirrors. I'm assuming that's the Harry Potter reference, something to do with Sirius Black. He says, pretending to know anything about Harry Potter. Why the motherfucker get 2 moves in a row? Why would they both to kill Miranda? What the hell? Not cool, yo. Okay. If you slap her to death again, I swear to God. Thank you. Shoot him with your no arrows, Miranda. Good job. Aw, a little bit late on that last one. Still a decent chunk of damage, and put that dragon to rest. Now, the ultimate question. Do I make money off of killing it? 300 gold. Woof. He says he's okay, and he won't be overwhelmed by the power of Mayfield anymore. Hurry up! We have to catch up with Dot's father! She says to Dot. I forgot which one you were again. I'm sorry, it's not my fault. I get distracted. All you humans look alike. Ugh, I want to kill all these dragons, but I don't want to do it right now. Hang on. Because I want to kill these dragons, if for no other reason, for the experience. What's like an established IP that doesn't have a TTRPG that should exist? Is that what you mean? That's a good question. Let's see. More or less. Really? Really, dickhead? Right before I step on the teleport? Come on now. What the fuck is that thing? Tell me you've got a cool name, either of you. Come on, Dr. Fate Looker. Loner Knight and Human Hunter. Okay, Loner Knight's kind of funny. It should exist, but as far as you know, doesn't. Well, like I said, I mean, I can say when it comes to systems that should exist but don't, that I haven't played at least, is something with a really cool magic system that uses MP instead of, that uses mana points instead of spell slots or other stuff. I don't know how many games exist that do that. I just haven't played any. Like, I want the combat system to play something like Dungeons and Dragons, but instead of spell slots, you just have a pool of available spells and you can learn more, but they cost a certain number of points to use. And so you can use, you know, kind of like, I don't know. I just think something like that would be really, really cool to have. But no. Punch that loser or loner knight right in his weird whatever that is. So does the name Human Hunter mean that you are a human named Hunter? Or is that to imply that you hunt humans? Or does that imply that you are a human who is a hunter? I really don't know. Are you like human hunter as opposed to robot hunter? Are you a hunter of humans? Or are you hunter human? Is that your name? Nope, you just get rid of levels in general. Like, I'm even thinking easier than that. Like, you literally have spells that require X amount of MP. And so, like, you could have a pool of MP sort of like you have hit points, like you were saying. But instead of rolling for how much MP it costs, they cost a flat amount. So, like 10 or 20 or whatever, and then as you level up you can choose to level up certain spells. So you can take, you know, like to go Final Fantasy with it just for the thought process, you can have Fire become Fira or Cure become Cura, and you can choose which ones you up, and then it costs more depending on what level it is. So it's more like, instead of a spell slot level, it's more like you can cast spells for, you know, you've learned how to cast Fire and you've learned how to cast Fira. So you can cast it for 10 MP or 20 MP, and it does more damage based on each one. So it's similar to the leveling system, but it's more like you level up the individual spells as you level up, and they do more damage based on that. They cost more MP. Exactly. So it's just like adopting the Final Fantasy method of spell casting. Okay. Do we have any crappy things? We have a lot of crappy things. What? Just in case. We keep at least 5 of those, at least 3 of those. Here we go. I'm gonna go save real quick. So, yeah, I think it would be... Well, here's my thing. If you're going with straight how to adopt it through D&D, sure. Something like that is along the lines of what I'm thinking. But I'm also thinking of a system that doesn't necessarily run with the same, like, spellcasting modifiers and stuff. So it could be related to... I mean, could be related to solely level, you know, or it could be related to level plus something else, like we said, like that, like you could get for, let's say you have, if you go with the, like whatever your modifier is, you get 10 times that many extra points. So if you have a +2 to your spellcasting modifier, you would get 20 extra MP or something like that. Sorry, I have a whole thought process on this kind of stuff. Because I also thought about cutting like down to 4 attributes instead of 6. Like, I just think it'd be cool, like, I kind of want to run a game that's just a simplified version of a lot of things. Magic being the one that I really want to simplify. Like, there are things I like in Pathfinder as opposed to D&D. Sorry, I'm going to a place where I can save real quick just to have a save. In Pathfinder, you have a 3-action economy. And so what that means is that things cost 1 action, 2 actions, or even up to 3 actions, depending on how much time they take. So you can move 3 times in a turn. Or you can move, attack. Or you can move, attack, or cast a spell, move, or something like that, depending on how many actions they take. You just never get more than 3 actions. And I think something like that is a really cool, like, way to run combat. And then you take that way to run combat and then combine it with a really simplified spellcasting system where it's easy to know you have a bank of spells. They cost a certain amount. Once you're out of MP, you can take a potion of some sort, or you can recover it after a battle, or like stuff like that. Hell, even have a concentrate, ability that's like different than like normal concentration. And maybe it's like, roll a d20 or roll a d10 and gain 10 times that many MP or something like that. I don't know, 5 times that many MP. It's just something like that that would simplify spellcasting and combat together, because there are aspects of both systems that work really well. I just think having a system that took the best of both worlds, Hannah Montana style, would be a really cool way to run a game. Be every rest. I don't know, because again, I don't know how I've never designed a TTRPG from scratch. So I don't know. Would it be something where you have to, you regain on rest and mana potions? I mean, I would assume it would be both, or maybe depending on the complexity of combat, you just regain mana and health at the end of combat or something, like, or a certain amount of stuff. Or you, like I said, you could have abilities that allow you to regain mana points either in combat or outside of combat. Like, it's kind of a open-ended possibility. There are 7 dragoons, which means there are 7 of these goddamn dragons. Yeah, that could be like a cool addition, like either an ability or a weapon that could do that. Like, I like that idea of, I like a class that could regain magic points. It seems we tempted it into fighting with us. Is there no choice? We have no time. I'll cut your attachment now. But you could easily have, like you said, a class where it combines melee and magic. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, or in Pathfinder you have a Magus class, which does the same thing. So yeah, you could have a class that does that. Gross. Why did it just jizz on... Oh no, and now he's afraid. I would be afraid too if I got jizzed on by the spirit of a dragon. I would be... Valid.
That's what she said.
Stop fear-gasming on my crew. It's Dragoon time! But yes, like a spell sword class. I like the idea that different classes could regain points in a different way. That's a cool concept. Alright, let's cut down on some damage, and then let's do our best to wreck some face and end this fucking dragon. This is the most time-consuming part of Disc 4. I forgot about Mayfill because "Stop fear-gasming on my group" is a good quote, Justin. Thank you. When I was designing my TTRPG, I was trying to find a good system for how to interestingly implement guns. Playing around with just having an accuracy ability. Well, everything seems boring until you do it, you know? Oh, shit. Okay. Well, that's not good. Katie, if Katie's lurking, then that's okay. We're just happy to have you here. Justin was also lurking and is still throwing other stuff. Bedtime for you. Have a good night, Katie. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for dropping by. There are some cool Wild West settings. There are some cool Wild West settings that do nifty stuff with guns. Also, there is a gunslinger class. Make it one for my baby and one more for the road. Stop it with the fear jizz. No one likes it, Fairbrand. It's just fucking creepy. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. It's definitely different than anything I've seen before. Good job, Albert. Hit him while it's hard. Wait, I mean, hit him while you're hard. I mean, shit. It sounded like you said bruh. Concern. What is concerning now, Crafting Way? Just the bruh or the feargasm juice or... Yeah, assuming you're working in a fantasy environment, that's going to be a difficult place to work in. Little column A, little column B. Valid. Amazingly valid. Heating up some frozen chicken enchiladas right now. That sounds yummy. I mean, frozen enchilada sounds questionable, but still could be yummy. How am I always late on the last one? That's bullshit. That makes sense, Xerxes. Ah, so gross. How did she... Oh, she must just be faster than the boys. I was like, how is she already out of Dragoon moves? Damn it. Okay, Albert, you still got one more move, so you'll do Rose Storm next. Miranda, you're just gonna stand there and look pretty and defend yourself and not die. And regain your MP. Main thing I love is the name Steelheart's Soldiers of Talathan. That's a good name. Yeah, I'll give you that. Like, that is a solid name. Oh, we're in the red though. Can we do it without worrying about staying alive? I think we can do it. Let's just fuck him up. Yeah, still heal yourself, Miranda. You're not going to deal any damage right now. And hopefully we won't need the Dragoon. He says knowing that he's probably making a mistake. Read a document where you just word vomited all your ideas. It's a good way to do it. There we go. Whew, got there. Never didn't have it. Better to be lucky than good, as I always say. My, Albert, you've leveled up once again. Now the soul of Freyrbrand is saved? Yes, probably. Now let's get going. Alright, I wish there was a save here in Mayfield, and there isn't. What's your new hyperfixation, Justin? Warp back to Zenebatos. Zenebatos. Cenebatoast Crunch. Go back to some place where I can heal real quick.
Yes, I would like to have wings.
Liquor and cocktail TikTok. Ooh, that sounds nice. Except aren't you like massively underage for liquor and cocktail TikTok? Side eye. Bombastic side eye. I'm just kidding. You can... Why did you change it to followers? What are you doing, Justin? Shoot the shit and I can get another... Yeah. Oh, it's appealing to the eye. No, it definitely is. I'm just teasing you. It definitely is. There's a dude who does like the reviews. His name's like Chris something or other. And he reacts to this lady named Janae, who does these awful like restaurant videos, like tutorial videos for making liquor for, or making cocktails for whatchamacallits, for restaurants. And she's just the worst. The stuff they give her to make, the way she pours. But watching him react, Janae, no, honey, no, what are you doing? Always makes me laugh. And it is appealing to the eye, and definitely drink in moderation if you partake, and that goes for everyone. This is not the hotel. This is not the hotel, the motel, or the Holiday Inn. I feel like I was lied to. This is the hotel. Master of hotel. Stay one night. No, I don't want to do it again. but I am going to go ahead and save. And overwrite that. And it's been a hell of a week. So I think I'm going to get ready to call it a night here. Let's just come back over here real quick and shoot the shit. Thank you for tagging me, Darth Xerxes. Didn't drink in moderation for about 13 years. And now you can't drink. Have to eat a low-fat diet and exercise daily to repair your liver so it doesn't advance to cirrhosis. Yikes. Well, I'm glad you're taking care of yourself now, Ultimate Crafting Way. And yeah, there's definitely a danger to alcohol that often goes undiscussed and ignored. And so definitely heed Crafting Way's advice there, because they are 100% correct on the dangers of drinking to excess. Yeah, it's one thing to have a drink every now and then. It's another thing to take too much or to go too far with it. Anything taken too far is a bad thing. You can't get a handle of that. We can discuss that later in the Discord and stuff. Like I said, I will be putting stuff in the Discord this week talking about where the stream is going. Because, like I said, I've still got games that are on the shit I want to play spectrum going forward. I imagine I will be on TikTok live tomorrow doing something. I don't know what yet. Might be on here tomorrow night. Don't quite know. Absolutely, I'll see everybody Sunday afternoon for a cozy. But yeah, there's Final Fantasy X and or just Final Fantasy like in general. Last of Us 2, Dad of Boy, maybe Horror Game Tuesdays, like we were thinking like Terror Tuesdays or something. It's so much to play, so little time. And I will be honest with y'all here at the end while we're just hanging out. We were talking the other day and sorry, I didn't mean to move that so loudly. We were talking the other day in VC about the direction that I want to go as a streamer, and what I want to keep doing. Because like I said, there is a part of me that loves playing the variety of stuff that we do. There's another part of me that wants to just play a bunch of old school RPGs and be that fucking guy. You know, like it's a delicate balance to figure out where I have the most fun on stream, and not just focusing on what appeals to a large audience. You know what I mean? Like, I want to play these games that I've missed. Like, I do want to play more of Dad of Boy. I do want to play more of The Last of Us 2. And a horror game does sound like a lot of fun. Like, I don't think The Last of Us is particularly scary, but that's where you go, could that be quote-unquote Terror Tuesdays for a while? You know, it's also hard because I don't love bouncing from game to game every day, because it makes it really difficult to remember how to play some of those games. Like God of War was really tough in when I got back to it. It took me like an hour to figure out the controls and stuff again. So bouncing from game to game can be difficult on that front. Yeah, the scary moments are when you're low on ammo and they want you to kill a bunch of things. Definitely can see that. It's just, it's kind of like, that's the difficult thing, is like balancing playing through games that I just haven't gotten through and also playing through games that I want to play. And then now that I'm adding TikTok to the mix, one thing I don't want to do is alienate viewers from one platform or another. Like, I did that a little bit with Survivor, where we had a couple of streams on TikTok that were also Survivor. And so I had to go, okay, let's upload them to the YouTube before we go live on Twitch tonight. And no one's going to have time to do both at the same time. So exactly, I was thinking about like certain games should be for one platform or another. That way I'm not doing exactly that, you know. But then again, that starts to go, how do I want, you know, actually, that's a good idea. Ultimate Crafting Way. Playing The Last of Us 2 on TikTok could be a really good one. If for no other reason than, again, the TikTok is one where, see, this is all shit that I need to work on and stuff. But yeah, it all comes down to, like I said, what I want to stream is what I need to remember, because when I'm having fun, we're all having fun, because unfortunately I'm the only one with a camera on at the moment, and I'm the only one that can talk. So if I'm not having a good time, well, meh. Split your days 2/3 or something. Yeah, right now I can at the very least swing Monday through Thursday here, Sunday here, and then in the daytime doing other stuff. And see, I hate thinking about myself that way, Queenie, saying that I'm the star of the show. I hate thinking of it that way. That's why I say we a lot, because I like to build the community up. But you're right. Like, it's also, you know, shit or get off the pot. Like, if you want to play, if I want to go, you know what, I don't want to fucking finish God of War, which I do want to finish God of War. But if I decide I don't want to play God of War anymore, I want to just play, you know, fucking Dragoon and shit like that. At the end of the day, that's my decision to kind of do that. Oh, it's a Star Wars pun. That's funny. But no, but it's also right, though. You know, there is a certain level of understanding that comes with, it's my boat. And even if I decide to take that boat in a direction that, you know, 2 or 3 of you decide I don't want to go on that boat anymore, I have to be okay with that and understand that there are more passengers to pick up. It's so fucking weird. Yeah, solo Saturdays is another thing. I really need to add more of those. Because like I said, I've been doing Mass Effect that way. I did it once. But I do like having at least one day where I just stream and it's just me talking to myself playing stuff. Because those are nice, because those are also like YouTube exclusive. So those are kind of fun. Fucking Titus laugh. But yeah, so I don't know exactly where the stream is going yet. I think for the time being we're going to be on the same pattern that we're on right now, where starting next week we'll be going through other stuff. I'm thinking Final Fantasy X is on the list of shit we need to play too. I've been thinking about doing like a Final Fantasy Friday, even if we don't do other stuff. Final Fantasy Friday is kind of cool, and it flows well. I really need to stop with the alliteration, because it's fucking stop. It makes me stop certain things where I'm like, we can't do this on this day. It's not alliterative. But yeah, 10 is another one that we're going to get back to. I would expect that next week will likely be just sort of, I imagine we'll play God of War on Monday. That's my guess. Sunday, I think I kind of want to finish Shadow of the Colossus, because I still haven't finished that. Or we will go to something cozy on Sunday. Like, I want to play some sort of like cozy RPG. Like, I keep wanting to play Ni no Kuni Remastered. It's the one that looks like a Studio Ghibli movie. So it looks like Princess Mononoke and stuff, because it's made by Studio Ghibli. I think that would be kind of cool. Something like that. That's just chill for a Sunday. Hey Roman, Zalden, you came in right at the end of the stream, but I'm doing well. Just getting ready to wrap stuff up. Yeah, this week is Star Wars week, and it has been a week of Star Wars. So, yeah, of course we break up stuff for special events and such. But this week with Survivor coming out, later in June, one thing we'll probably do with the video day is, if we do another video day, I will have like a special spot in the Discord where people can put stuff rather than filling the Twitch chat with links, stuff like that. But we'll look at maybe doing something like that as well. Let's see. But yeah, special event weeks will always mess things up. But yeah, so I will be working on a lot of that stuff this weekend. So if you don't see me around as much, it's because, at least in some small part, I'm recovering from the amount of streaming I've done this week, which has been a lot getting through Survivor. And I'll also be balancing out what we're going to do over the next couple weeks. Thanks for hanging out with me here at the end to just kind of talk some of this out. Like I said, we've done a good job of cultivating, at the very least, a small, tight community of people that have been here and that we're enjoying each other's company. It was a lot of streams this week. A lot. Especially to get through Survivor. R.I.P. ex-husbando. We do have a good group here, and I am mostly thankful for you guys, because without y'all, I'm just talking to myself. So you can call me the star of the show, but you guys are the heart and soul of this community. All of you guys who show up and interact to keep the chat rolling, you guys are the community. I'm just here to have a place to host you guys. And yeah, playing through Survivor all week, had fucking goat, had a double, effect. Like, it definitely took us from being more focused to being just another cog in the machine. So we'll see where we go moving forward. Like I said, I think we'll keep the variety for a moment. And maybe I always just love that sound in general, Zalden. But I think that I might try a week to break things up. Maybe I'll pick up like just one of the Pixel Final Fantasies that take like a week to finish, and I'll just do a full week of something like that. Like, we'll do a full week of, one type of stream or another, and see where we're most comfortable. Maybe we'll just kind of play over the next couple of weeks. And yeah, the fact that everybody's been playing Survivor and everybody has been not avoiding spoilers. A lot of people have been avoiding spoilers, so that sort of stuff as well. But either way, like I said, we'll figure out. I'll play with some stuff, and that sounds wrong. But also right, because it is Twitch. But yeah, so over the next month, we'll say there'll be a lot of...
That's what she said.
Perfect timing. There'll be a lot of like trial and error, hit and miss, different kinds of streams. I'll let you guys know in the Discord as we kind of change things around, so I can see, like I said, what I want to do here, what I want to do on TikTok, because I may find that maybe playing through all of the Final Fantasy stuff is a TikTok thing. You know, I don't know. I will figure it out as we move forward. But again, I would not be here without each and every one of you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. You know, big shout outs to everybody. We just had Jessica Scott and Crit Success Nerd joining the chat today. Pick them up as followers. I got to mess up with some more stuff there. What's a streamer doing recently? Let's see here. I'm very interested. I'm interested to play the old Final Fantasy games because I'll be honest, I don't know if I've ever finished a Final Fantasy game pre-7. I know I have played multiple Final Fantasy games pre-7. I do not know if I've ever actually finished any of them. And so I am very interested in the idea of playing through all of them, seeing how things evolve. Like, for example, Final Fantasy II is not regarded as being that great, but it is where we get the jobs system first introduced. And the jobs system is going to take you to Final Fantasy XII, where jobs come back. You know, and so it's cool to see how gaming has evolved. Just like I said, I mean, even 1 through 3, while they are an overarching narrative, they don't have the sympathetic protagonist, you know, that 4 and 6 and the rest of them do. You know, yeah, like they all, like, it would be cool to see the evolution of the game and the style. And like I said, I would love to jump onto, when we get to Final Fantasy 13, play Lost Odyssey first, because this is the spiritual Final Fantasy 13 that should have been. And instead we got the actual one. Final Fantasy 3, yeah, Final Fantasy 3 was remade in HD, so was 4. There's a lot of debate as to which one is better, 4 or 6. I've always said 6, but again, I haven't finished either of them, so what do I know right now? But yeah, I mean, I think that would be a cool journey to go on, but I also don't want to know, I don't know if I want to devote the entire channel to that. Like, I mean, we could always break it up, you know, we could have it be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then do silly stuff on 2 and 3. I've heard the Persona series is great. I really want to play Persona 5, because speaking of JRPGs, I have heard that Persona 5 is the gold standard. Many people say it's the best JRPG of all time. I've never played a single Persona game, and they're all standalone games, kind of like Final Fantasy. So I've heard that 5 is the game to play. It's on my list of games that I really want to play. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those where, like I said, I would like to play through kind of all of them at some point in time. Yakuza Like a Dragon is based off Dragon Quest. I didn't know that. I think Danganronpa counts, but I'm not sure. Because Yakuza Like a Dragon is based off Dragon Quest. See, I didn't know that, but I do know Yakuza Like a Dragon counts as a JRPG. And then Dragon Quest XI is another one I want to play, which has the sweet Akira Toriyama art. And then, like I said, there's Ni no Kuni 1 and 2, which are the Studio Ghibli ones. Like, there's a lot of great JRPGs out there, and a lot of them are my jam. Now, but then there are also those games like, you know, God of War, Horizon, like, I don't know if anybody saw the 30-minute attempt at dual living, which did not work. Horizon Zero Dawn, the Horizon games are hella fun. And they are hella action-packed. Like, I didn't think I would like that game as much as I did until I got into the rhythm of the combat. And as someone who typically likes being able to like target things and not like having a free roaming camera, I adore Horizon's like style. I think that's a really cool game. I've wanted to play that on stream, if for no other reason, just to force myself to get through that game, because those are fucking really cool. But yeah, so I like those action and adventure games, but I also really like those RPG games. But I am rambling like a motherfucker when I can talk about this stuff later. Let's see. I watched the Trigger Happy Havoc anime. Aw. The only reason you watched died in the 3rd episode. Aw. That's like my daughter with One Piece. She's obsessed with Zoro. Zoro is her husband. She wants to watch One Piece every morning because Zoro. What should we do? Are you going to say move to the Discord VC? Because I have to get some sleep. What was it? What else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. I do know that I am planning, we should do a fan vote Friday. That would be something cool. I do like the idea of having like a thing in the Discord where it's like, okay, you know, what do you guys want to play today? You know, I like that idea as well. And then that could be a way to continue games that don't fit into like the stream category, or try out games that I don't know if I'll like and you don't know if we'll like. You know what I mean? So like if you guys are like, oh, you're going to play fucking Bloodborne today, and then I'm like, I hate you guys, but I voted, you know, but we did it or something. I think that could be a cool idea as well. No, I don't like that either, but I like the concept of having a community chosen day. Yeah, well, and that's the other thing is that could be a way to take those games that we play that are not completed and put those into the like community vote Fridays, where you guys get to pick like, from a bucket of games that we already have. I have Game Pass and I have PlayStation Plus. But we could easily do a thing where it's like even just the 5 or 6 games that we have, or an other option, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, I am rambling. We can talk about all this stuff at another time. I love chatting with you guys, but if I don't shut up and get some sleep, I'm going to regret it tomorrow, because I always do. But like I said, again, thank you to everybody who's here. Thank you to everybody who cheered with some bits today. Everybody who threw out them tiggle bitties. The 2 new followers we got today that put us up over 150 followers. We got to up the follower goal now. And I want you to know that follower goal, 150, was by June. Was the original goal for that. So we are ahead of schedule, because the goal is to hit 200 by the end of the year. But at this rate, maybe we can get further. But share with your friends, let other people know. I would say invite people to the Discord, but you know what I mean. Invite people to the stream. Check it out on TikTok. Share it when it's there. You know, all that good stuff. One day to end the stream interaction will be one day the stream interaction will be but yeah, so again, thank you everybody. Take care. Have a wonderful night. I will see y'all sometime tomorrow, at the very least on TikTok, maybe tomorrow night. so that we can do the Final Fantasy Fridays, if nothing else. We'll play Final Fantasy X tomorrow. Maybe I'll play that on TikTok for a little bit as well. Everybody have a wonderful night, and until next time,
You are now leaving the SK base. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And never forget, the Force will be with you, always.